Oh boy. All right. Okay. Deep breaths because my head's feeling tight. My neck is, ow, super stiff. Ow, and not so bad. Ow, ow, ow. What is up, everyone? This is Coffee with Soul. I'm your host. We're gonna chat. We're gonna talk. We're gonna stretch every now and then, cause I definitely gotta take care of this thing in my neck before long. Otherwise, I'm going to drive myself insane or, insane, whatever. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing well. It's Wednesday, which means folks over on the Americas realms, they at least had a chance to maybe do some raids and get some keys in, check their vaults and all that stuff. Let me know how that was. Were your loot merry? For us, it was not as merry. We fell short. I guess, not that I was being overconfident, but I was kind of like, ooh, I hope I can, I was hoping that we would get Gallywix down in like one night of progression, and we did not, unfortunately. We did learn a lot. We learned a lot. We know what to do. We just needed the throughput for it. In retrospect, I could have asked people to step out so we can like just try to push things a little bit fast, push phases a little bit sooner, but I opted not to. I guess I figured in my head it was better that I get everyone to see the fight a bit more. Give it a good old college try and all that stuff. But unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to prog again until next week, like after the turbo. Why do I see? Whenever I'm talking to you guys, I want to call it like final surge or whatever. Like the delve thing, but it's not. It's it's the other thing. Okay, let me take care of this order real quick, and then I will say what is up to the chat peoples. So let's see, 5 grand. I'll take it. No problem. And all done. All right, let's say hi to people. What is up to Darth? Hey, what's up? Still had a good night last night. So, yeah, what's up to you? What's up to Puddle and Peter and Skull? To Tane, to Arcadius, and to Melman, and to the rest of y'all, the beautiful digital smiling faces who are going to join us throughout the day. Just a reminder, just in case, hey, if you haven't collected your Twitch drops, just double check twitch.tv/inventory, claim it, get your thing, and then you'll be good to go. On Gallywix Mythic, no, not at all. We are not on Gallywix Mythic. And now that Phil's here, now I can make up for the squats that he had me do at the end of the day, and then I like logged off right afterwards. So let me do that. Oh, this is not helping my neck. I mean, I'm not doing all with it. So I guess as long as like I don't like try to push it, then I'm okay. So, and no, I remember, dude. I wouldn't just be insulting you. I would be insulting myself. Oh my god. All right. There we go. For now. So yeah. What's up, dude? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, let me know if you guys had any cool drops or whatnot. No, I felt good about it too. We learned a lot. Yeah, we learned a lot. We figured like a good routine. There are just like some things that I didn't have a good groove on. One of them being I was taking too long to tank swap because there's like the longer a tank holds on to a dude, to the boss, the more damage they take. Yeah, Comp Stomp is still here. Is still here, at least over in the U.S. side. I don't know if it's still the same. I don't know if it's the case over in Europe, but thank you for reminding me. So let me get that thing going. Comp Stomp. Cool. So the objective today is to get enough Marks of Honor to get another arsenal from Shadowlands. Yeah. The chillinest. The chillinest of events. No get knocked into the hole. Yeah, there were a couple people that fell into the hole. I fell in once too, because there's that one part at the beginning of the fight, first phase, when the ads first come out. There's like this tiny little gap right in the middle, just at the edge, where if you stand there, you don't get knocked back. I'm like, ooh, let me go there. And so I did, and then I get knocked off. Sweet. And then like a couple pulls later, I keep doing it, and then I got knocked off. I got knocked into the hole. I'm like, okay, I'm never going to do that again. Let's see, just getting some work in while I wait for the world boss. Yeah, I have been playing a little bit of the new season. I gotta say though, at the moment, I'm not as excited over like these, over this round of powers. But I'm still gonna do my usual thing. I'm still gonna do the usual thing and just see how far a minion build goes. It just doesn't. The powers that I was seeing so far, like I said, it was just like, yeah. There's new necro stuff. I don't even know what the new stuff is, so I'm not even sure what I'm looking forward to. Blood Moon has changed. Okay, the question is minion like cool? That's really all that matters, right? Is minion still cool? But yeah, I'm only like level 30 something or other. I haven't put in a whole lot of time into it. I've been busy. And I haven't been, because like y'all ain't seen anything. Like I'm not pumping out video. Last week was pretty busy, but I haven't been like pumping. Minion's cool, sadly only one minion. Yeah, so here's what I noticed too, Fel. Sorry, we're gonna talk about little Diablo 4. So like those boss powers, there's like the major thing, and then there's like the main power, and then the sub power. I don't know the terms, sorry. But if you equip the main power, do you just activate the main power, or do you get the main and the sub power when you do that? Because the main power doesn't even seem all that great. Like it's a stun lock. That's what I've noticed. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool, I guess. But the other thing too, again, I'm low level. I don't know what happens when I try my build of like auto summoning. Does that count? Does that proc the boss, the main boss power? If it does, that's pretty dope. If it doesn't, that's the shittiest. It's the worst. I just summon for the modifier with my main. I use the one that procs on each ultimate. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. But I want to see how autoplay, my whole auto minion build. I want to see how far that takes me. Or if it, procs those powers. If it does, hey, that's cool. If it doesn't, then this season is dead to me. Oh man. But I'll still play through, and I'll probably give it a good couple weeks, and then I'll just stop like I always do. Okay, I'm on my main. So I'm definitely cool with just pushing staples. Let's fucking go. Caldane, hey, what's up? And good morning. And morning to us, y'all. Those of you who are joining us today. As usual, it's going to be a normal stream. I want to use the auto ring, but there are too many good necro powers that can't afford to fill both ring slots with uniques. Yeah, but the auto thing is just too good. It's too good for what I want to do. I lose, I'm sure my potential goes down by like a fourth because I'm like missing out on stuff. What's the main motive behind grinding Comstomp? For me, by the way, Talondeath, this is Comstomp. Is it really PvP? I'm farming Marks of Honor. And I'm going to use the Marks of Honor to buy arsenals, PvP ensembles from previous seasons. So what I'm trying to go for is a certain one that, one that came from Shadowlands. That's the plan. Have I done the tier 11 downloads? Blizzard said something about increased drops in the original turbo boost thing. So what I've seen so far, and I'm not entirely sure if this is indicative of turbo boost or the 11.17 patch, but it looked like 10 crests will drop from 10 gilded will drop from 11s. But I did not see anything about them increasing like the number of chests you can get per week. That's all I know so far. so far. Not happy with where Preservation Evoker's at. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, because that's fight. Galliwix is just intense. Man, there's a lot of healing to be done for that fight. We got one guard. It's not enough. Oh. Oh, here comes the party. Uh-oh. Another. Oh boy. Anyway. Hop on your Brutosaur and buy a vicious flask of honor. For what? Honor? I don't need honor. Honor means nothing to me. I know you can buy marks of honor too and all that, but you get what? 10% more? Something like that? Ah. 15%. Okay. Yeah, because I did Comp Stomp last week. And so I bought a ton of I bought like all the ensemble stuff, you know, the shit I care about. You know, I bought all that stuff. So all I need now are marks. Mark. Okay, now can we do this? Jeez. Hurry. They're coming. Don't let them leak. Yeah. Gotta get honor level 500. No, I ain't getting no 500, dude. No way. Oh no, Poly. I've never been Poly for that. On level 5. Yeah, that's totally not in my realm of like, yeah, I'll get around to it. Yeah, that's a big ass no. I'll enjoy my Comp Stomp whenever it comes in. Farm of Hella stuff. Not like last week was just really good. Last week was so good for Comp Stomp because it doubled up with the Battleground bonus events. It just felt mean. I'll never get to honor for level 500. I don't think that's anything to fret over, guys. I wouldn't worry so much about that. Comp Stomp should be permanent. I don't think it should be permanent. I think that's taking it a bit far. Like at least for me, like I value the idea of events. You know, things that come and go, at least on a schedule. So things like the remix, that's kind of a bummer because it's like, okay, are we ever going to get the remix again? I don't know. But I do like having things feel kind of exciting because it's like, ooh, guys, the thing is happening. Oh shit! And then everyone dogpiles in and stuff. You know, if Comp Stomp was like, if it was like the Mage Tower, for example, and it's just there for us to like do whenever, I have a feeling that the queue time for Comp Stomp would just. Actually, I don't think it'd be so bad. I think it would be okay. So maybe Comp Stomp is like not a great example of what I'm trying to say here. pick up the quest because I can't count on anyone. Where are you at? Where are you at? Brawl. Cool. Had a lot of fun with the remix. Oh yeah, no, it was cool. It was cool. Part of the fun, for me at least, was signing up for like Raid Finder or whatnot, and then just just, you know, going at like fucking Naruto speed, zipping through, and then watching just all the crap that I rained down, crush everything. That was cool. So I'm excited for the remix. I want to see what they do, because I keep saying this because just in case, I'm keeping an open mind. They might do something entirely different for the Legion remix. Is it going to be like this kind of like Raffle Stomp with all these crazy zany powers? It could be, but they might do something different. You know, and I don't know if, you know, is it going to be as exciting? Because if people were to say, oh man, let's just give them like all the artifact powers at once, and like, okay, that's kind of cool, but then there's a lot of things that are already baseline now anyway, so that wouldn't feel exciting depending on your class or spec. At least with the remix, they just kind of like went out with like these kind of generic builds that people can mess around with, and then, you know, eventually once you got to a certain level, you stuck with a certain build that was just designed for DPS because you couldn't die. It was impossible to die. Don't give them ideas. I don't even have ideas. I'm just trying to keep an open mind that they might not do exactly what they might not just like take the mop remix formula, you know, and just like drop it onto Legion. They might do something else, and they have the freedom to do that. It's the remix. It's not bronze mode or whatever, but we'll see. It'd be nice to add other Comstomp versions of the other battlegrounds, Warsong Gulch and Alterac Valley at least. So, in other words, Warfront, right? I'd love for them to turn Warfronts into like a Comstomp sort of thing, because it already has, you know? I think the challenge there is that it's like a little bit long, because at least with the normal format, yeah, to contend with you know, dudes coming at you, holding onto bases, doing the farming and all that stuff. And it's, you know, I think we'd want to avoid a scenario where you start the you start the Stromguard Warfront, and then everyone just zergs to the end and kills the boss. You know, they need to make it so that, no, the boss is either invincible or will just outright kill your ass if you try to, you know, bum rush to him. Yeah, Comstomp is still in. I was like, oh, nice. Someone pointed out yesterday. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna be doing this later. But there was but I wanted to do some raid prep. But today, let's go. Vanilla AVBG for hours. Yeah, like if they took like some of the epic battle rounds and did something like that would be kind of cool. Like, oh, what was that one thing in Warlords? The island. You know, War Spear up top, Storm Shield at the bottom, and the island was called, boop, not Torghast. Shit. Yep, I don't know the name. But that one, I wouldn't mind that being just like a permanent PvE sort of thing, because there's like lots of side objectives. Let people do like rando shit. And then otherwise, for like other things, you know, push the mid or whatever. Ashran, there you go. Thank you. Goes to show how memorable that was. Can you give a quick explanation of the main benefits of this turbo thing coming up? Absolutely. So step one, all of your gear that is of hero and myth class or track, the item upgrade levels potential is going to go up from 6 out of 6 to 8 out of 8. Or, you know, instead of 6 levels, it's going to be 8 upgrade levels. And it's grandfathered in. All your existing gear is going to change. Inventory, stuff you're wearing, all that stuff. You'll also be able to take your crafted gear and upgrade it another 6 item levels. Basically through a similar process. You buy like a special crest from a vendor, it costs you gilded stuff, and then you can add another 6 item level to your gear. Valor stones are going to be tradable across the warband. The crest cap is being lifted. I'm under attack. What else was there? For delves, like you get more of everything. You know, more XP, more Delver's Journey progress, more crests at the end, and then the puzzling cartel chips. Those will be available. So in the first week, you're going to be able to get 3 of those chips that you can trade for gear right away. And then afterwards, it'll be like you get 1 chip per week. So on every 3rd week, you get a second, and then the 3rd piece of gear. And then they shut down the game. That's it. No, I think that covers just about all of it. So not a very quick one, but there's just a lot of stuff happening, which is kind of cool. Where's everyone else? What happened? Whoops. Yeah, because I'll hold, but... Yeah, hurry up and kill him. Thank you. Like, yo, I'm not doing that great in here. I'm just trying to hold on. This was like something we do for the last season. It does, doesn't it? But I mean, there's going to be a season 3. But that's why Stuart, some people were really pissed off about, like, oh my god, I can't just get like mythic stuff and blah blah blah, because it's not the final season. You know, we're not able to get we're not able to get like trinkets from from all 3 of the raids. It's just the one. We don't even have all 3 of the raids open yet. Oh, and then the other thing too, like about those puzzling cartel chips. If you want to get the mythic version of the stuff, you need to have killed, you know, for the raids, you need to kill the mythic boss, or for the no one's going for. Oh, okay, people are. Or in the case of dungeons, if you want to get stuff from the dungeon loot table at a mythic level, you need to be a resilient keystone person. So you need to have time 12s on all of them. Otherwise, you can get hero gear. Meant like it seems like season 3 will be the last thing of the expansion. It could be. Yeah, there are people out there, and it's not I don't know if it's a majority or not, but there are people out there who are like, we don't want a season 4. We hope there isn't a season 4. It seems clear that there won't be a season 4. I'm kind of like, I dug my heels in. I think at this point, I don't think I can do a take back. I don't think I can take back my prediction that there is still going to be a season 4, and here's how they'll do it. But either can work. I just have a feeling that there is, because if there isn't a season 4, the 3rd season of Shadowlands, 3rd season of War Within is going to feel really, really tight. And I think people are going to feel kind of overwhelmed by, like, okay, there's like too much to do at once, and they're limited time events. This does not feel, and I'm feeling this pressure to stay on. You know, so that whole narrative of, oh, they're just forcing you to stay sub to the game, like that would be very, very prevalent with the season 4. And I'm talking about a short season 4. I'm talking like 3 months tops, right? 3 months season 4 at max. Season 4 of Dragonflight, a little bit of trivia, was 4 months, and that includes the pre-expansion patch. So if they do like an even shorter season 4 of War Within, then that means, oh, cool, there's plenty of time for us to do the Legion remix. There's plenty of time for us to do like the meta for people who want to be a bit more present when doing those sorts of things. Player housing. is bound to be a thing at that time. So there's going to be people who are like split in all these different directions. And if there's only 3 seasons, then that sort of that sort of self-induced pressure is going to feel even worse. You know, the response is going to be like, well, you know, just don't do the things you don't care about. But then a lot of people care about a lot of things at once anyway, and you know, can't really fight that. Voices. Oh my god, dude, Core, is that you? Holy shit. Respond if that is in fact you. Because I'm like, damn, long time. You're alive. Oh my god. Yeah. Do you find it difficult at all to game while standing? I was thinking of getting a similar desk and put it in a treadmill under it to increase productivity. I'm fine standing so far. Like, I've been doing okay. I actually replaced the standing mat that I was using. Like, the one that I had was like really big. So this one is like a little bit smaller. It's a little bit smaller, but it has like these like things here, and I'm standing barefoot right now. It has these like things here and then back here. So if I wanted to do like some calf raises, or if I wanted to otherwise just kind of stimulate the feet, then I have like a little something. Dude, Cora, good to see you, man. Every now and then, Mac and I will bring you up in some conversation about drugs and cocaine and crazy things that guildmates have done in the past. Yeah, dude, I hope you're doing well. Where was I? Oh, right, I was talking about the standing stuff. Otherwise, no. Now, as for a treadmill, you want to be careful. You want to be kind of careful with what you do there, because the treadmill that I bought, I broke that thing in like a week. I overheated the damn thing because I was just using it too much. So you want to look for, so I don't have recommendations on a good treadmill. Like, you may want to consider like a full treadmill instead of just like one of those like rinky-dink office treadmills, because those, you know, those are good for like, oh, let me do this for like half an hour or something like that. Not like a stream, you know, or not like a work day. But otherwise, you can just kind of go, you can go off and on, work it that way. So that way you're not overheating your shit. And then have like a pad. And I like having a pad. It lets me stimulate my feet a little bit more, as opposed to just having shoes or Alright, so Marks of Honor. Cool. And let's I think hopefully I can mail these out easily. I remember I had a problem before. So that's right, yeah, it's not gonna do it. So I gotta do it manually. Lame. And at most I'm doing like 7 or 8. Which ain't bad. I'll still be able to take care of, I'll still be able to do some serious damage. Along Season 3 with Player Housing Legion Remix towards the end before pre-expansion midnight works for me. I agree. I also feel there's going to be a Season 4 because otherwise everything will be so compact. Yeah, people, there's like this, Blizzard has said they want to increase the expansion cadence. They said that they don't want the World Soul Saga to end by like, you know, to last until 2030 or so. But at most, I don't think we're going to shave off a whole season. I think they're just being really tight with the scheduling. Now things just get weird when we talk about a potential Season 4. That's all. So, my bad. Let me switch back to that. Comp store. Do that thing. Where's my... There we go. With there being a full year before midnight, at least I could see a Season 4 like Faded kind of deal. Nothing has been confirmed at all, but my opinion, I think Midnight will launch in March. Straight up. I feel like it's going to launch in March or so. So a little less than a year from now. Between waiting for season 2 to finish, season 3 and all that stuff. March, give or take a month. Expansions of Warcraft is going to be released this year? No, not this year. It's going to be announced this year. Like if you look at the roadmap, they'll talk. They mention on the roadmap, like after, not long after season 3 is released, they're going to start talking about Midnight. They're going to do a full like reveal of it, of the expansion that we already know of. February, March, something like that. Yeah, because look, this is what I do. So I'll sometimes like look at a calendar and just kind of like count the weeks, and if you do that, that informs a lot as to like, what they might do. I wonder if they're going to do anything with Valkyrie's Tower in the eastern part of Azure Span. They breezed over it in Dragonflight. I hope they do something with it, because like I thought that was going to be like a raid or a dungeon or something like that, and it's like, nah, we're not going to do shit with it. Like, oh, that's dull. We could have done a little bit more with that. But you know what's cool? Is that they don't have to necessarily. They can kind of let that sit on the shelf for a little bit. Just because they reveal something doesn't, it doesn't entirely mean that we need to like dive into it, conquer it, and solve all of its mysteries right when it comes out. Things can simmer, things can be like just kind of a side thing until it's like, oh, is that what they meant for this thing the whole time? I don't know. That part's kind of cool. I think so. Stuff coming late this patch was for season 4 in case they were behind. Do you think we'll get to see more of the Harrier before the end of War Within? Absolutely, 100%. Do you think it's likely housing will come at the end of the year? Again, 100%. It's on the roadmap for the end of the year, so I don't see why not. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you're saying. Stuff coming late this patch was for season 4 in case they were behind. I'm of the strong belief that everything is intentional, except for like minor details. I don't think they've pushed off or like canceled like large swaths of like patch features and whatnot. Small, maybe small things like, there's an update to like this cosmetic, or, hey, here's something about the cooldown manager, or something like that. Those kinds of things, like they can hold off on. But things like Nightfall and horrific visions and stuff, like that's all very, very intentional. I want to go back to the Blighted Lands. So basically, isn't that where what's his name? Forgot his name. The satyr dude. Oh, is that related to the Dressed? I forget. Do you think they'll reuse some of the big abandoned cities in the future, like Silvermoon? From all indicators, it sounds like they're going to revamp in all of Silvermoon. Please do it. Good God. The rumor. The meaningless rumor at the moment is the Silvermoon will be like the faction hub. It's going to be the hub. It'll be neutral, and it's going to be redone, like fully rebuilt and stuff. And hopefully it'll. I hope that it does a lot to update itself for like the new kind of world building with like skywriting and all that stuff. So that like I hope it's a big fucking city. Not a satyr. Okay, so they're unrelated. Okay, got it. A lot of folks loved that zone, whatever it was called. We were just talking about Drustvar. A lot of folks love that zone. I haven't. It hasn't really clicked with me because I haven't like properly played through it yet. I feel like they've cut something at the end of the MSQ. We've set up an embassy and trained soldiers, and they never interacted with either of those things again. That I agree with, but I'm talking about like features, you know, features like big, you know, big things like that. Revamp Silverman, people go and check it out once and then head back to org. Not if they keep up with the crafting requirement. Like if you still need to do, and I have a feeling they will. That's a prediction of mine. When player housing is in, when we go into midnight and we visit Silverman City and all that stuff, they will funnel the way that they'll funnel us into sticking around in Silvermoon is that's the only way we'll be able to do public crafting. Because in housing, I also predict, you won't be able to access trade chat. So if you want to do city stuff, go to the city. If you want to go back to your house, go back to your house. Because that's life. You know, that's kind of sort of how that works. Hey, good job, Soul. Well done. Since they keep cities, even what alliance city will they make neutral to balance a Silverman becomes a hub? You know, that's not typically the kind of conversation I entertain. The whole, they gotta keep score, or they gotta make it even so that way we don't piss off the alliance, we don't piss off the horde. Fuck them. Sorry, I'm being a little strongly worded there, but that's their problem. If they're like, for the people who are obsessed with like being so even about everything, I mean, I would say it's an attitude like that has prevented the faction conflict from being exciting, because people would be so hurt about being on the losing side. Grr. And even if you're on kind of like the winning side, it's like, oh, I didn't want to win it this way, I don't want to be part of a genocide, blah blah blah, you know. So I think it has a lot to do, I think, with how closely we like to associate our player identity with our faction, and then we become attached to it, and then we feel things, you know. I don't think there's any helping that, but I think that hurts the story. I think that hamstrings the way that the developers would like to tell their story, because folks will get their feelings hurt. And off it goes. Next. Wouldn't mind if they develop Gilneas into a proper city. That'd be sweet. I'd be down for that. I mean, it's getting there, but not really. Like no real updates. But I wonder, like, because it never got a chance to be a proper city, like, are they going to do a big revamp on it? I don't know. Sibylla, hey, what's up? No, Silverman's awesome. It's awesome, but it's like so small. Like it feels so limited as to like what it's capable of and what it is. So it makes me sad. And I'm going to do the thing again. Let's blah blah blah. Star. Alright, back to topic. Don't get me wrong, Silverman has always been a favorite of mine. Yeah, if it's a neutral hub, that's fine. Both factions have blood elves, right? Yeah. Something, you know, everyone's a high elf. Everyone is a high elf with a different political affiliation. People don't like hearing that, but that's sort of true. Sort of. You know, people will say, well, because, you know, the blood elves, they did the whole, you know, slurping up that light juice from the Naru and they drank fell and all that stuff. Now that makes them different. Whatever. They're high elves that made different choices. Algoness needs the NPCs and rebuild the buildings that were damaged and into proper city. Same thing for Silverman. Let me take on stuff like that, and so I agree with how you phrase it. Like, I would love for someday, you know, for us to kind of like normalize the champions being champions, and then the factions can be the factions, as in the Horde and Alliance. So that way we can see like big wins, big losses, cities getting fucked up, NPCs dying, or and all that stuff. But it doesn't have too much to do with us. You know, it's not like the main story, but it's a big development. Quick question off topic: your cursor is huge. I like it. Is it an add-on or a setting? It's a setting. So if I go to options, then I just hit cursor on the search thing, I can change cursor size right here, and I have it changed to ginormous. So the default is like little rinky dink right there, right? So to me, this is unviewable, and I would need an add-on in order to see it, but I just changed it to like big old clown gloves or boxing gloves, whatever. You're on your third cup? Oh, I'm still working on number 1, dude. Yeah, let me get like the nice sedimenty bottom of this guy. Oh yeah. You can just feel the grinds crawling their way down. I could use a good Turkish. Too bad I don't have what I need to like make it here. I don't even have a grinder right now. No. Someday. Even TBC Silvermoon was always deserted. It was where people parked their auction house tunes because there was nobody there to disturb them. I mean, it was far and away off, right? Like at the time, you know, Silvermoon had a working auction house and all that stuff, but it was just inconvenient to get anywhere. Like, I'm trying to remember how it was during TBC. So I'm playing TBC. I wanted to get to like Outland or something. Yeah, like even at the end of TBC, it was easier to go from Shat to the Isle of Quel'Danas than from Silvermoon to Quel'Danas. That kind of sucks, right? I had my blood up there. I had to spend a fortune on FPS every day, but hey, I didn't like Org or TV or Thunderbluff or UC was just too crowded. Undercity was crowded for you? Undercity was very quiet, at least what on the realms that I played on. It was very chill. Not a lot going on. All the parties were happening in Org. No matter what server I was on. But honestly, Exodus is even more. Oh yeah, both are like pretty bad. In fact, you know, like it's because there aren't a lot of like after like you have your capital, but then you don't have, at least for those for those capitals, you didn't have a lot of questing that happened in those capitals. Like with Silvermoon, no, not really. For goblins, that was almost criminal. Like you hardly had much of anything going on there. And then we haven't had a whole lot since. So it would be cool to, you know, go back at some point and do some, you know, do some like more race specific questing. I think that'd be neat. Oh, what am I doing? I can't really play this guy. I'm just gonna stun him and hope for the best. Yay, good job, team. On the EU servers, EUC was always packed. Ah. Party with the white powder. Oh, that's taking it somewhere. See, it's funny, like dude was asking earlier, hey, so what are you doing for what, you know, what entails the turbo boost stuff? And I'm like, I just shot the video. I could have just played that for him, and that would have been it. It probably would have told everything faster than just me stuttering everything out too. Yeah, because I'm gonna leave town tomorrow. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna be skipping town, and I don't have any other videos planned except for the Monday video. So I'm just going to like have that out, and then I'll be back next week. So I'll miss you guys. So that's why you set your Hearthstone to Silvermoon City. I tried setting it to that for a while, but then it became extra steps, and I'm like, oh, this kind of sucks. I like Silvermoon though. Like you go into like the throne room or whatever, you see all them blood elf dudes like standing at attention. It's neat. I like it. So I'm excited what they'll do later. Like, how big of a revamp is it going to be? Are they going to like totally reimagine the city? Doubt it. But I hope that they really expand on it and make it feel like a proper capital. You know, I think of Dornigal. It's like, oh man, if they make a Dornigal sized Silvermoon City, that'd be sick. Who gave me permission to leave? My wife. Can't fight that, buddy. Can't fight that. I'm hoping the leaks of them reworking the zones is going to be real. I'm trying to remember. Did they specifically say that they were reworking the zones? I don't recall. I mean, they did talk about like where some of these stories will take place. So they mentioned Silvermoon City. And so it's just kind of heavily implied, like, yeah, they're going to do it. Are they crazy? And maybe they are crazy. So been focused on getting everything from Silvermoon and surrounding zones, all quests, rares, transmog, etc., in case they remove stuff. That's a good point. That's not a that is not a bad play at all, because you never know. So is the revamp of Silvermoon City 100% confirmed? No, it is not. But I'm really confident. I'm pretty much counting on it. It's to the point. It's to the point, Peter, where I would be disappointed if they didn't do it. You know, but I'm not gonna say 100%. Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna do it. Wait it ho. Damn, language. No. Apparently they're doing another week, so it's on, dude. Go. I really enjoyed questing in Silvermoon though. The zone is just a really cool vibe. You know, it's like nighttime. What's that? You know? Oh, I didn't turn on the quest. Doofus. I guess if they do that, I'll buy midnight for that reason alone. Ooh. Time to grind it for 8 hours a day. Yeah, Ghost Lands was cool. I liked the flow of it, and then you got some cool gear out of it, appearances and what have you. Oh, I got 8 marks for that. Nice. And TBC making your first Horde Paladin in that zone was really something else. That felt good. I mean, my first Blood Elf wasn't a Paladin; it was a Warlock. It's funny, like the first. Who's the next guy? This guy. When Burning Crusade came out, just like everyone else, I'm not going through the Dark Portal. I'm like, whoa, let's check this out, and then I'm like, and then it's funny. You go through the epicness of walking through the gate, and then seeing the gate like under attack, and you have all these heroes of Azeroth that are like defending the gate. It's like, oh, that's dope. And it's like, yeah, champion, go over to our forward post at blah blah blah, and then we get flown over, and it's just like this kind of rinky dink, for Horde at least. It's like this rinky dink little fort, and it's like, okay, yeah, let's maintain the base. Can you go pick up poop? And I'm like, motherfucker. Well, I guess this is the glamour of being a champion of Azeroth. Poop. duty. But hey, fair enough, I guess. Comp stop. And all right. I got some awesome furnishings for maxing my trank back in the day. Trank warp was easy though. Come on now. We didn't grind for that. We just do all the quests and you're good. If interested in doing a Silvermoon Zone lock, I'd highly suggest doing it on a warrior. I know you can collect all the mugs on all classes, but you may have to be prot loot to get shields to drop. Ah. What, are there like no wands that drop either? Because I think that would be it. Just wands that you would need to... yeah, just wands. Level up below 20 just in case of scaling issues. I would say, yeah, Ghostlands is like one of the easier... Well, Ghostlands and Silvermoon. You know, those are one of the easier ones to like, okay, I've done everything here. It's pretty tightly made. Not a whole lot to... you know, not a lot of like hidden things to explore. No one cares about wands. Damn, what a diss. Oh, that's true though. Avoid the two abominations that for some reason they're always able to sneak up on a person. I mean, it was no, you know, they're no fell reavers and all that, but they're nuts. And you can, well, yeah, you can kill them. You're supposed to kill them eventually. I think I remember I had a hard time doing it on my warlock, but then people, you know, typically come help. Oh, back in the day, wands were the shit, man. Even during my short time in Classic, like my first goal was to be an enchanter and make myself lesser magic wands, because that stuff was boss. Some of the WoD version did well. The first time you crossed the portal on the quest showing the warlords. See, that one felt better. You know, that felt like a better intro because not only were you, you know, going through the portal, you're going through like this kind of desperate, this desperate adventure of, okay, I got to regroup, gather up survivors, and then we all need to escape somehow. And then you're going through like this gauntlet of stuff, and then finally the two factions, they escape, you know, and go off to like the frontier, and then, you know, things really come down from you know, from excitement POV, and that worked out. You know, I think the flow there was good, but with TBC it was just a little, it felt like a little haphazard by comparison. Silver at least made noise. Good point. There's no emo, no voice thing to call, no voice call out to say like, ah, fresh meat, whatever. All right. Okay, this neck thing is gonna be really bad. I don't want to fly out with a fucked up neck, man. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be like all hopped up on Advil or something. Ooh. I'm a bear. I don't want to be a lonely bear though, so I'm gonna try and follow the crowd. Here's a different direction though. I'll try something a little different. Oh, that guy got hella far ahead. Sheesh. Raw. Yay. Oh wait, I'm alone. Fuck. Well, they better. I guess they better intercept and not let me get caught in shit. Give me pull boss by right clicking if you have. Oh, I remember that. We're doing live. I thought you were flying. Tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I'm flying. So yay. I also need to finish packing. I got stuff to clean up around here, make sure the house is in a decent state when I leave, so it's not so bad when I come back in. But ooh, exciting shit happening. I hope. For now, though, we're doing important shit. Oh, no one took the farm? Oh, that sucks. Where am I going? I'm going to Boston. I am going to be there. Yay. So I saw a short list of other folks that are going to be there, or at least I've heard of other people that are going to be there too. So, and we're going to make a little vacation out of it. So we're going to be, so Dee and I, we're going to be up there for a few days early. So we can do like some touristy stuff. Like, hey, look at these monuments of the nation that once was. It's like, God, remember when we fought for liberty and all that stuff. But it'll be cool. The last time I was the last time I was on the East Coast, I saw New York, but we were there for a wedding, so it was kind of like hectic, and we're kind of going all over the place really fast. So it'll be cool going into seeing an older city. Yeah, I can play tourist and like check out stuff and eat hella good food. Is comp stop up for the whole week? It seems like it. I mean, it's been up since yesterday. So I can't. I mean, if they change it, they change it. But in the meantime, check it out. Am I just going to the anniversary thing, or am I gonna go to PAX 2? I'm gonna try to check out. The WoW. There's like a Warcraft panel happening on, I think, Friday. I'm gonna try to check that out. If they let me in. I'll walk right up to them and be like, do you know who I am? And then they'll be like, security. I'm like, oh shit. Run. Yeah, I'm gonna try to see it if I can. Because I think they have like day passes and stuff like that. And, so we'll see. Go to the fish market and ask them if you can toss one. If I can just toss, if I can just toss one, is that a term? You might have to explain that to me. Or do you really just mean like, can I just grab a fish and just like throw it somewhere? Because I don't think that's what you're asking me. Am I going to be going to BlizzCon next year? That'll be the plan. But this time, I'm going to take a risk. I will take a risk that I've never taken before, and I am not going to buy my own ticket. Because I always do that, even though I get invited every time, and then I just sell the ticket. But last time I had a lot of trouble, and like, fuck, I don't want to do it this time. So this time I'm going to like just go on pure faith that that my shillness, puts me on lock for invites to BlizzCon. So yeah, we'll see. But I do intend to go. It's a thing here. They toss the fish from one stall to another for the buyers. It's pretty well known too. Interesting. I'd be frightened to do it. If I drop it, do I buy it? You break, you buy, Just remember, you get a PvP flash that increases all. Yep. I'm just a lazy button. I don't do it. I'm stoked for BlizzCon next year, though. I am definitely down to go. Try to get to do it all the time. That's cool. I don't know. Will they let me do it in Boston? Or they're going to be like a bunch of hard asses though? We'll see. I mean, we'll see if we make it to the market. Like, I mean, we want to eat. We want to see Chinatown. Um, and then see if there's like any like touristy America like stuff we can like check out. I'm sure there's like stuff. There's historical stuff we can take a look at, no doubt. Where is the comp stomp? Oh, wrong one. No, not that one. That one, baby. The real shit. If you missed, they'll definitely let you know. I'm gonna try to go next year as well. I missed one before, but went the past 5 years. I would say, like, there's a lot of folks that that unfortunately didn't like um, the previous year, so 2023. They had like all these cool sets and presentations and stuff, but that was kind of it. It was a lot of things to look at. Um, and I hope they do something like that's a little bit more interactive, a little bit more hands-on. I wonder if it had a little bit to do with like just kind of like the post-COVID stuff and how there might have been regulations or something. I don't know, but I don't think there's anything like that that's going to happen by the time we hit 2026 for sure. Even here in California. Um, my big thing, and I'll say this all the time. My big thing, they didn't have enough chairs at BlizzCon. That was irritating. There were not enough chairs, not enough benches, not enough places to just kind of like to like regroup and all that. Am I a bar hopper? No, I'm not. I'm not big on that. Not big on that. I mean, if we still manage to do a Japan trip sometime, like I do want to like check out like those places where like there's like a bunch of like really small places where you could just like have a couple drinks or whatnot. But we do plan on walking around for sure, doing some shopping and seeing if there's anything cool, and then eat it. It's making me hungry, so I try to be on a decent diet for the sake of going on the trip and then eating like a crazy person. That's the idea. So I'll go home full. Go home full. But not sick. I'm gonna hopefully I won't give myself food poisoning, or I won't accidentally like down a whole cup of milk or something like that. That'll fuck me up quick. Show of hands. Anyone interested? Not that it's on lock, but who's still interested in going to BlizzCon? Because part of me is like, for me, it's like, okay, I want to go because I love the energy, and I go for work basically. But then what about other folks? Because when you think about it, BlizzCon, it's going to be different. It's going to happen, I believe, in August or September. I forget exactly. But it's going to happen, not in the usual November timeframe. We'll be already a bit into midnight, but not that much into midnight. So it's like, WoW-wise, is there going to be news? Are we going to expect anything? Or is the focus going to be like on other games? Because for me, it's all about World of Warcraft. And, I've been to non-WoW announcement BlizzCons, and they're cool. They're just okay. Because it's like, never go to BlizzCon for news. Like that's one of the big tips that I have for folks. Never go for the news. Like, that's what WoW heads for. enjoy it from the comfort of your own home. Um, but there's a certain excitement when you're seeing like the reveal of a new expansion or like something huge, and then you have like these panels and what have you. Like I would say like BlizzCon is definitely about the is no one doing it? It's about the potential schmoozing experience. So I would say as a tip, definitely try to like find an opportunity to like meet devs and shake hands and all that stuff. There's a lot of times where during 2023's, there was like there were creator meetups where you can people schedule themselves to be just at some booth or whatever, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, come in, say hi and all that. And like a lot of people did it, not me. I don't think I was invited for that one, but I probably would have said no anyway, because I'm like, no, I can't do that. That's nah. But yeah, a lot of people were doing it. I know that Tellius and Nevitel, they were doing it for a while, or they were there for a while. I remember I went there at the tail end of it to just kind of see who was there, and then I saw like there was still a big line for the two of them, just kind of off to the side, even though the meet and greet was technically over. I'm like, damn, look at these guys. So I was a dick. I just walk right up to them. I'd be like, hey dudes, like something fire hazard, just real quick. And I think Mr. GM was there too. And we just took a quick picture. We all took a quick picture together, and then okay, sorry, line. Go back to what you were doing. All your California nerds are gone. Yeah, bummer. LA, no way. Let's see, a collector is definitely going to go next year. I think the best BlizzCon I've been to was Legion one, where they announced Legion at Gamescom in August. That was also my first BlizzCon. It was very, very good. 2018 was the best for me. Some of my guildies we rented a house for you to stay in. One of the best times of my life. Nice. I'm glad the weather's going to turn. It's been raining for the most of the week. It's supposed to be real nice on the weekend. I mean, not to inject like the politics into it, but I'm pretty sure like, for some folks, visiting the U.S. at all just feels like a landmine waiting to happen. And so I totally understand like some people who are like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know, am I gonna get picked up, that sort of thing, because for some like the fear is pretty real. But back to the pluses. I think 2018 or 2017 was the one where Battle for Azeroth was announced, and to me that was like the best opening ceremony. That was the best one. It was so loud and so raucous, and like I think some of you who are here in chat, I think some of you were there too. That was I think that was a moment that was very, very memorable. Like seeing Sylvanas to her scream, like everyone just erupted. Well, like the whole thing, the whole cinematic reveal was like super fan servicey, and then you saw like the crowd being like, yeah, and boo at the same time, because you know how it be. It was fun though. That was fun. BlizzCon's not in LA. It's not even close. Well, it's kind of close. It's not that far from LA. You can take a Uber. But no, Anaheim is not LA. But you can, you're not that far off anyway. I was in the audience for the BFAN Classic. Yeah, that too. Yeah, so that was a big year. That was a big year. Classic was huge news. Huge victory for vanilla fans. And then they ended it with the BFA stuff, and I guess that it was kind of riding that energy from before, and it just felt like, oh my god, this is a winner. This will be the greatest expansion of all time. It was certainly one of the expansions. Yep. It was kind of 1 year match with daylight savings, and we got an extra hour at a bar. Oh, was that a thing? Wait, are you like a Hilton lobby person or a Marriott lobby person? Because that shit is so overwhelming. It's so goddamn loud. I'm pretty much at the club. I'm like, dude, this is why I don't go to the club. But here I am. Hilton lobby. Dealing with all of you. Wait, strongbox. Strongbox. Ooh, I got 8. Nice. Sure, but it's not even the same county. But, you know, it's driving distance. You know. Some people will understand, will mistake the Bay Area for LA. You know, they'll mix and match them. It's like, it's all right. It's just a mistake. I think the worst BlizzCon I went to was the Diablo Immortal announcement. I felt so bad for a couple of my friends because they're there at the first BlizzCon and they got those bad announcements low. I felt, you know, I felt really bad for a Wyatt Chang, you know, being up there. I wasn't there for that announcement. I think I was going to attend a group meeting or something like that, like a group interview thing. So I'm hearing about it. I'm looking on social media. I'm like, oh damn, ooh, this sucks. Oh, sucks to be them right now. Woo. And then the phone thing, yeah, that shit was rough. Like seriously, imagine being somebody. You know, imagine you're working on something for like a good year or two. You're really proud of it. You know, you think you think this is cool. You're really sucked into the idea of it, and then you present it to and then you know, some headliner introduces like your thing, your product or whatever, and then everyone's like, boo. And then the announcer person says, okay, cool, coming up next is the dude who made it. Stick around. And it's you. And you're up. I would have a total meltdown. I would not be able to mentally handle it. I'd be like, nope, cancel it. Cancel the panel. I cannot face the crowd. But he did. And as awkward and as full of like gaffes and screw ups as it was, I gotta give props for just being up there and just eating it. I gotta respect that. And I hope that he got like a lot of therapy in the meantime. Let's see. Compstone. All right. Did you ever go to Dragon Con in Atlanta? No, never been to Dragon Con. Went to a bar about 4 or 6 blocks away. Cool. Sitting near Riker in his face when they announced it was so bad, lol, because he was expecting Diablo 4. Stick around here on this. Yeah, I felt bad, man. I mean, I don't like Immortal, but but I do remember when I played through it on the phone for the brief time I got, I'm like, oh, this is very competent. This is a very competent game. And then when it came out on when it actually released, I was playing it on PC because you know they released it. They let you play it on PC too. I thought it was fine until fucking until I got to like max level or whatever, and I was ready to do like harder dungeons, and the game was basically like, oh, you must group with other people if you want to access these harder dungeons and get like better gear. I'm like, what the? And then I stopped immediately. I'm like, this game fucking sucks. Never mind the microtransactions. I don't give a shit about that. Never mind the pay to win. Like that didn't matter to me. Like I just play solo. Nothing matters. But the fact that like the game like wants to force you to group, I'm like, nope. That's a deal breaker. Instant. I didn't even blink. So that a touch if they converted the PC audience into a mobile one. I mean, if they had, I think they would have saved themselves if they announced both. That's it. I think that's all they had to do. You know, they could just say, boom, Diablo 4 in like Times New Roman text. And then they'll say, we have nothing to show. We have nothing, but we are doing it. We intend to do it. In the meantime, here's what's happening. And so, people would still be mad, but at least it wouldn't feel like, the PC audience is being abandoned. I think that's all they needed to do. Because that's all they had. If they had nothing, they should at least say they have nothing, but they intend to develop Diablo 4. I don't know if people hate it as much as we think. People were mad that they saved the last thing for the opening ceremony. I mean, the big thing was people wanted Diablo 4. That's all. Imagine, waiting so many years for Grand Theft Auto 6 or whatever number's coming out now. And then they don't. And it's like, oh, we're going to introduce Grand Theft Auto Mobile. What the fuck? Yeah, so, it'd be like that reaction. But that forced multiplayer thing, what were they thinking? Out of touch devs. Do they even play their own game? And I'm only half joking about that. Dude, it's Diablo. A lot of people love soloing. Why you gotta make us? I don't know if it's changed since. I don't know. It might have. But I'll never forget. I can't forgive them for it. How dare they? Something, slap to the face. Rawr. Double foot drop kick. What's funny is I only played GTA 5, right? I only tested it. I never like when it came out, never touched it. And then GTA Online, that was huge and all that, but I was never interested in that sort of thing either. So I'm probably gonna do the same thing like before. I'm just gonna buy it when it's on sale. I ain't gonna pay no full price for that. No way. I am not gonna fall into that hype unless it's given to me. Then I'll be like, yeah, sure. No hesitation there. But otherwise, nah, I'm gonna wait. I mean, gaming's getting more expensive. Thanks, government. I'm sorry. Thanks, Obama. I'm pretty sure it was him. That's surely it's his fault, right? Whoop. We did it. Last GTA I played was 4. I never finished for the 360. That's the one with the Eastern European dude, right? Nico something. All I remember is like the other dude. Oh, my cousin, something like that. I think I finished it, but but just like the other things, like to me, GTA it's kind of like it's one of those one and done kind of games for me. For me, there isn't that much replay value or whatnot that I get out of it. Oh, that's not a person. Okay, there's an enemy. Oh. Pew pew. It was Nico. Okay. Yeah, I got that right. Thank you, Peter. I used to just fuck around in the game, never play the story. Yeah, that's me. That's me too. I like playing the story, then I fuck around in it, activate cheat codes, screw around, and like that's it. I'm not that big on the role playing. To me, that's not. Yeah, I'm not too big on that. I just want to like goof around, have a good time. And I know GTA 5 online, like it's capable of that. You could just kind of go around the city and like whatever server and like have fun. Oh, you played the first GTA. Ooh. Did the Guardian Dream Mage Tower last night. Took me 3 hours. Didn't think. Oh shit. Danger. Oh, he interrupted me. Jackass. No. How dare they leak? Sheesh. Okay, you really wanted the bear form. Felbear is pretty cool though. I know people are still obsessed with wanting like the OG appearances and stuff, but I think the Felbear is pretty neat. I guess it's the other appearances too. Like back in the day, that the protection paladin weapon appearance, that was the first flail. Now we have tons of them, which is great. Don't get me wrong. But that was first. And that hits a little bit different. Only slightly different. But still hits different. Yeah, so I wonder how this 6-1 is going to work out. I mean, when I looked at the trailer, I was like, "Oh, it's a love story." That's how I'm looking at it. Makes you wonder, like, oh, is there gonna be like a moment where like they betray each other? Like, is that trailer just kind of like being deceptive, and eventually they're gonna break away, or they break up or some shit and kill each other? I don't know. Kind of extreme, but you never know. Do you get lots of marks of honor for doing Battleground Blitz? Or is it still like the 1 per victory? Because I don't think I'm in a rush to get a ton of marks. I can wait for more Comstocks. Like that, I'm cool with that. Blue and purple bird is the best. Is there a blue one? Are you talking about the Legion artifact bear? Like the other one? Raid PvP does give you a bit more marks. Okay. Someday. Maybe. Big maybe. Still though, I think waiting for Comstomp and then just kind of planning around it as an event, that's been pretty lucrative. Like, let's see, what's my army counts at right now? I know I sucked up the honor on all the other dudes, but let's see. So 700 something each. Okay, that's pathetic. So my main can buy 5. And then these guys, I know there's like the tax on it. So that's gonna hurt. What is it, 25% or something like that? Yeah, 25%. That sucks. Oh well. Oh, by the way, for the person who had asked early in stream about the turbo boost stuff, there is a tax on the Valor Stones, so it's 25%. You're gonna lose that much if you want to transfer your stuff over, which ain't so. It's not so bad. But I imagine, like, after the initial transfer, people aren't going to use it anymore. They're just gonna get their own Valor Stones elsewhere. Because it's not like there's a weekly Valor Stone thing and you get like 1,000 instantly, and then you can transfer that stuff over. It's gonna be you're playing. How do you organize my warband camps? I have my main camp and then everyone else. I don't organize them at all. Are the vendors up on the PTR? If they are, I haven't found them. I didn't find them. If anyone knows, and you can point them out, because I'm like, oh, um, I already encoded my video for next week. You have 10 odds with Valorstone caps? Damn. Now, also keep in mind, dudes, the cap of 2,000, that's still there too. So you're not going to be able to just like spam buttons and like get a whole shitload of Valor Stones that way. You'll have to refill yourself. Was curious which items are actually on there. Yeah, I'm not sure. It would be it would be hilarious because they never said anything. It's like, oh, what are you talking about? We're not gonna put these trinkets up on here. It's all just going to be it's just gonna be armor pieces. It's not, but that would be kind of hilarious. All right. So I'm on a hunter who is mostly capable of fighting, but I'm still gonna hang back. If I'm not a tank, I am super vulnerable and scared. So I'm gonna be right here. Two hunters. We can't go wrong. Ooh. Yeah, no doubt people are gonna drain their Valor Stones from doing like the initial upgrades. For sure. Like even I'm low. Even my character's low on Valor Stones at the moment. Because I was doing transmog unlocks. Because I care about the real game. You feel me? Oh, there's like 3 of us here. Okay, we don't need 3 of us here. Especially a hunter with freaking 13 million health. Damn. I got half his health. Sheesh. Oh, I got sapped all. Okay, I'm sure that hunter just fucking smoked him. Sheesh. Alright, cool. This one at least will be quick. No one was really slacking off. And then someone's there as backup. Cool. Safe. But yeah, as for the Valorstone things, I'm pretty sure like the entire selection of trinkets and cantrip stuff will be available. That's it. Nice and easy. So people that want the Jaster ring, people that want maybe the I think Mechagon has like some special items there too. I forget exactly what, but I think there's some special stuff there too. And then stuff for the raid, there's like a few things. So I think there's like a weapon, fist weapon that's available. It's more than my tank. It's almost more than my tank. Almost. I mean, that's why it goes to show, like, bringing my tank in there with just HP and no verse, I'm just a target. I would get raffle stomped hella fast. Do we need to run the raid on heroic to be able to buy heroic trinkets, etc.? No. You can, for us normal people, the real gamers, as I like to sometimes call us, we can get hero stuff like right away. So your super fresh level 80 character, hero trinket, boom, just like that. And this one and we'll be able to get our first one right away. Afterwards, it's gonna take 3 weeks in order to get like the next one. So make your first choice good. Make it the one that gives you the biggest impact if possible. One thing I hope they'll do is if you're close to getting the myth track items but don't have it yet, if you get the heroic item, you can eventually upgrade to myth once you meet the requirement. Keep hoping. Sorry. Keep hoping. I don't think it'll ever happen. Like that's a total step backwards from the whole point of why they made the upgrade system the way it is in the first place. It's to keep people, for the most part, in their lane. And I mean, I could see the argument of like, well, how come everyone else can get hero trinkets and all that stuff? But I think I can safely argue that, well, it's kind of easy to get hero gear. It is magnitudes easier to get a hero class piece of gear as opposed to a myth class. Let's see. Wrong thing. Totally wrong thing. Yeah, no problem, dude. Real gamers, yay! I joke, man. This is what we do, but yeah, some folks just have trouble getting along. Someone who doesn't ready to do Mythic Plus, I have a lot of hero gear and 661 of my Windwalker Monk, so yeah, it's easy to gear. Cool. Damn, 661. I'm 662. Yay! And it's gonna get crazier starting next week. Ooh, it'll be nice. It'll be nice. We're gonna get such huge boosts to everything. Not just the item levels, but people will get like the trinket or weapon that they're missing. That's gonna feel pretty good. Like, I'm still not entirely sure what. I mean, I'm likely. I'm likely to pick up the Galleyworks trinket. So the bomb suit. So that one at a hero level. Yeah, so that one sort of absorbs up to 9 million health. I'm currently using a trinket that does something similar, but it's on a longer cooldown. And it has haste. So I'm like, oh, so good. So like there's that one that I'm likely to get as like my first one. But I'm also considering where is it? The priority trinket. So like that thing too. Now this one I would need to finagle with because this would mean, because at the moment I'm using 2 on-use trinkets, which is very inconvenient for me. So I would need to work it in such a way that I constantly have the armor thing going. Most tanks will do the opposite. I'm like, no, I want my magic absorb, damn it. So No, it's gonna be good next week. It sucks though because when I land, even after I land, I'm not going to because I'm coming back Tuesday, Tuesday afternoon, and so um, I might. So I'm gonna kind of miss out on that initial rush of gold coming in, unless they do a long maintenance and they fuck up. Crossing my fingers. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. There's a weaker that'll help you see what is on really easily, so you can then switch it to what you want. Oh, you're talking about the trinket, right. Well, because I know like the idea of that trinket from the looks of it, you know, so you're fighting, you gain these stacks, but then you want to use it to switch to the ideal thing that you want to use, right? So for me, I would want to use it every time every time I switch to the DPS portion, so that way I get the full effect of the tanky portion. Something like that. Yeah, I'm sure this will be, you could set up an easy week aura for that. I would just want to resist using it, if possible. Yeah, I'm like, I gotta heal more, dude. I gotta keep those numbers up, dude. All right, yeah, let's go. Right. Meat wagon. A fellow meat wagon user. I'd say that's one of the cooler mounts that they've made. And they haven't made anything like that since. Have they? Yeah, I don't think they've made anything similar to that. It's special action is like it'll chuck a little thing. Just like that. Boop. Boop. Does everyone need more damage while I do 600? Yeah. Yeah, I will. That'll be a dark day when I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be a basic tank now. And I decide to DPS. I'll get bored hell fast, dude. And besides, it's DPS's job. So yeah. Could always drop a healer too. See how that works out. It's not gonna work out. We already dropped from 6 to 5. How would we do with 4? I don't think we do well. People would need to be really tight on their own defensives and all that stuff, and at least from what Mort was saying last night, people aren't even using health pots. So yeah. Bracer volunteers as tribute to DPS. Would. But that's who the heals are. Yeah, that part sucks. I would ask breaking to switch, but too useful. And he seems fine with, you know, at least he's cool with either role. You know, I'm grateful for that. But like, what we were missing there was like one, stability and experience. We just need more polls. We did kind of a lot of polls, and you know, at some points people were just kind of like mentally wearing themselves out. But I think we're kind of there. We just need to consistently get to that last phase, practice it, learn it, and then we're done. What was our best pull? 40% ish, something like that. We got like a little bit into the next phase. Dude, what is wrong with the stables? Like one person. Yeah, they're actually wiping and dying to those guys. Must I grace you with my presence? Bring back all my old warlock experience? No, that's not gonna. All my old warlock experience doesn't mean shit. Hell, my old warlock experience was apply dots and just keep fear bombing them and kite. That was the that's the mission. They'll get it, I believe. 39? 39%. Got it. Cool. Hey, we broke 40. Hell yeah, baby. Yeah, so as long as we can keep up with that routine, then cool. All I need is to personally, all I need to do is get used to how the tank swapping goes, because Grim's taunting too soon. He's taunting too soon, and I'm trying to switch, and either he pulls back or he thinks that I pulled off, and then he pulls back. But I haven't looked at logs. There's not too many of them, but okay, let me face the flag. That would be the worst if I lost it. So at least they finally got stables. Yay! Yeah, because Grim can't. DKs, at least as far as my perception goes, they can't handle doing a bunch of 2-for bombs. I can though. And as for everyone else, I'd rather have everyone else go in there and DPS. You know, just stay there. Even if the demon debuff is so important, I hate this garbo design. Haven't we always had something like that though? We've always had raid debuffs to a certain extent. But I guess I'm trying to remember. I think Cataclysm did it. I don't know if they did it best, but Cataclysm at least made it so like, oh, we got multiple hunters, great. We'll just have them cover whatever buffs we're missing, because they could do everything. They just have to bring the right pet. I remember Mac being like, what pet do I bring out this time? I'll bring out the poison thing buff or whatever. Okay. Nice and easy. Always covered. Why can't he two-fer? Oh, why can't no, he can, but I need someone to do it consistently, and he won't have the cooldowns for it. You know, whether it's a speed cooldown or personal stuff. Because sometimes the bombs are not very close to each other, so it's easy for like buffs to fall off. Or at least he won't have like the easy self heal. He won't have the easy self heals to be like away from everybody, get both bombs, and then pop a cooldown to prevent like the double stack damage. Oh wait, gotta do this first. I had 2 boxes? Oh. Well, ain't that's a nice prize. Yay. Love that they could bring a cooldown reduction. Oh yeah. I think the hitbox is big enough that he can just stay in range and death strike through it. I didn't even notice. Can you even... I didn't even notice that you can attack those. Does that work? Because that could work too. But I think having one tank handle it is fine as well. More than anything I'm doing to prep for player housing? Not today, at least. Not today, Crusader. Oh, combat res. Yeah, and things that I'm sort of doing for, like, some light prep. I mean, one, it's just getting more freaking transmog. But also, I want to do, like, some old quest lines, too. So, I think what I'd like to do before Player Housing comes out is to have gone through, like, all the Cataclysm level quests that I never did. That's a lot. If y'all don't remember. It's a lot of zones to cover. And I at least want to pay attention well enough to see the lore and all that stuff. I'm going to focus on Horde first. I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to sweat so much over Alliance stuff. I would also like to do get closer to completing the BFA meta achievement, but that one's kind of a pain in the ass too. Did I miss it? I think I passed it. Nope, didn't pass it. There we go. How weird, like, depending on my character, like, I'll see, like, all these different... Like, it'll take a while for me to find Comstomp quests. Have I started on the Legion meta achievement? We don't know anything about it yet. Like, the meta that you see on the PTR at the moment, unless there was a build yesterday and I didn't see it, there's a bunch of BFA stuff on it. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. Even then, personally, I'm going to wait for the remix. But I'm going to take a look at the achievement first and just try to find ones that are, you know, kind of more pain in the ass ones. Like, oh, you need to have done each and every one of the invasions. Because it's like, okay, that's going to be kind of a pain because they rotate and all that. So maybe I'll want to take care of that sooner. But we also don't know what's going to happen during the remix. They might adjust that to make him rotate faster, as an example. I don't know. But if it's something easy I can, like, knock out that would otherwise risk being a pain in the ass, I'll do it. Otherwise, I'm going to wait for the remix. Hey, when I'm sitting here for 6 minutes waiting for roleplay to start and raid, then realize you got to... Yeah, are you in Dragon Soul? Because that's me in Dragon Soul whenever I'm doing that. So you're doing the Dragonflight meta? Dragonflight meta is fun. There's like some randomy shit that you gotta keep track of, but... what if Legion reacquires all Mage Tower? I'm sure people would celebrate. I don't think it's going to happen, but, you know, it's not going to affect me none. I'm not going to gatekeep folks, right? I just don't imagine that they're going to do it. So it's going to come off as weird energy. I just don't predict that that's going to be a thing that they'll do. They didn't do the challenge mode stuff. I don't imagine them, you know, for MoP. I don't imagine them doing Mage Tower, especially because Mage Tower is still up right now, and I don't know. Legion Remix, I'm going to do another Paladin since I got all classes at 80. I'm probably going to do another Paladin too. Knowing me. Just collecting Paladins, man. Just collecting Paladins. Earlier, there was, I was unlocking a shield from the Codex of Chromie. So something that I didn't realize until more recently is that the appearances from the Codex of Chromie scenario, they were moved, or they're available by doing the Winds of Mysterious Fortune leveling. So as you level, you get like a rando box, and inside the box, you can get a piece of gear or a weapon or something like that. So I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'm doing it. And so I went and did the Lightforged Draenei Allied quest, so I can unlock those, and then I just started leveling up Paladin. And I just kept going until I got the shield from like a random drop, and then I stopped. I'm like, hey, I'm done. Thanks for the shield, buddy. I told my second account, don't have enough room on my first account for Legion Remix. Damn, that's crazy. That must be a weird spot to be in. To have what, like 70 or so characters, and you can't delete any of them, or you won't for for your personal reasons. That's crazy. I don't know how I could ever get to like 70 characters. I have a lot of characters, but they're all throwaways. It's like, oh, I made a character so I can like check for prices on the auction house on other realms. It's those kinds of characters that I have. I didn't come stump in yesterday. It ain't over yet. I don't know how it is over on Europe, but at least on the US realms, it seems it's up and at 'em. So go, go, go. You have 65 level 80s on your first account. I mean, you are called the Collector for a reason, right? Unless your name is actually Dacole Lecter. But I'm just gonna guess. You're doing comic stuff now too? Nice. Have fun. That's all I did when War Within came out, just level. Cool. Hey, you do you, man. Oh my god, it's scary. Frostloft. Oh, that's my worst enemy. And Polly. You monsters. You're all monsters. Yay, I killed him. Yay! I finally hit something with my Glacial Spike. Glacial Spike does not feel like a good move to have in a battleground or arena. Unless like the play for Frost is like extreme haste, which I think haste is pretty important. Well, I know there's like a crit. There's a crit milestone to hit. So you can have like full crits on shattered enemies or something like that, and then after that I guess is haste. It's just a guess though. I also maxed out characters in the remix. Thought it would be fun, but then I just can't get them good enough to farm bots because there's so many of them. Good farm bots, that is. Got it. I think I made 2 characters. Just 2. For the remix. Most of my time was powering up one character. I wanted one character to just be like boss, and so I chose my paladin, obviously, to do that. And then afterwards, it was me just kind of playing with guildmates and helping them out. But it was fun. The power fantasy of it, I get it. I really got a kick of. And it was fun kind of going through the process of like, okay, let's try this. Let's try out this farm. Let's try this farm. Let's try frogs. Okay, frogs are dead. Let's go back to like dungeons. Okay, now let's solo raids. And then, once you achieve that kind of escape velocity, then it's like, oh, boom, boom, boom. And then Blizzard buffed the bronze drops. I'm like, oh, well, still got mine. I still got to, I still felt fulfilled. Like, I went full copium. I'm like, I rationalized all of it. I'm like, I'm still happy. Bucket doesn't give a fuck with the crit. Yeah, I imagine you need like a lot, right? You need like 20,000 or something like that. You definitely exploited, but it was an accident. I wanted to try it out. I'm like, all right, let's see how good this is. And then I tried it out for a little bit. I'm like, this is boring. Which is funny because it's like, ooh, doing frogs is boring. I'm going to do something exciting like go farm Heart of Fear for like half the day. remix. You dungeon exploit? There's a dungeon exploit? I don't remember that. I mean, I do remember I was farming the hell out of Heart of Fear, and that Heart of Fear was good. That was a good, steady farm. Like, I'd farm it until instance lock, pretty much. Is something going to do with Demon Hunter? Cool. Let's see how many characters. I got 1, 2, I think 2 more. I'm being brisk today. But I guess it's because I'm only doing, like, the one Brawl each. I'm not doing, like, this plus second weekly, so. Your staff I was in a perfect fire too. Oh, nice. It was the first section of gates. You pull that first wall up to the boss, AoE down, resets, and go again. Ah, okay. Oh, you know, I think I do kind of remember hearing about that. Yeah. You know, and then there were other spots too that people were taking advantage of. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay where I'm at and just keep going because this feels good for me at the moment. And I'll hope that it doesn't get nerfed. And I think it did. I think Heart of Fear did get nerfed a bit, but not by much. And by then, I was like, okay, I think I'm getting to a good place. So I'm probably going to do the same thing once I, you know, assuming that they follow the formula. I guess I'll just start like looking at dungeons and be like, what might be a good dungeon? What would be a good dungeon to farm for, or raid to farm for a possible remix? Like, seriously, let's take a look. So, Emerald Nightmare, nah, I don't like that. Trial of Valor is too short. Nighthold wouldn't be bad. Nighthold and Tomb, I think. And Taurus doesn't seem like it would have like that much trash, but Nighthold probably has a lot of bosses. Then again, Emerald Nightmare might just be fast. Maybe. Or Trial of Valor might just be a quick, like, boom, boom, boom. But then, not a lot of trash, though. I guess it's just like, you know, pulling all the way towards bosses. Nighthold, I think, has, like, the most. They have a ton of shit that you can pull. I'm just looking at possible bronze farms. Mostly. Like, I have a lot of the appearances and all that stuff from Legion, so I think the thing that I'll be focused on... Well, I'm going to do the same thing that I did for the Mob Remix, assuming the same format. Like, I'm going to focus first on the new achievements, like achievements that give you, like, unique appearances, because that covers a lot of ground. Healer? Oh, hell no. I want to be... I'm no healer, dude. That'd be a big mistake. Yeah, I'm not messing. I should Hearth too. No, it did have a lot of new transmog stuff. The one thing that I didn't like so much about it is the whole thing about weapons. Farming for weapon transmogs from the Mob Remix, that was a big pain in the ass. That part sucked. I remember Bucket carrying DPS on his Hunter. He was good on his Hunter. You know, he wanted to try Mage. It doesn't seem to be... I don't know if he's enjoying it or if it's working out for him. But we'll see what happens in Season 3. Legion Mix, I'm going to do a Prot Warrior and Mist Weaver Monk. Oh. You know, that's a good idea, too, to do a class that you didn't do the stories with, because, you know, not everyone's done everything. I haven't done everything. So. I'm sure we're going to see, like, new class mount colors. I think that's, like... I feel like that's the best way to go about trying to tell players, hey, play all the classes, suckers, in an easy way. I think. Guess I'll just wait right here. Nighthole did have a cool set, though. I wonder if they'll give us more character slots for Legion. I imagine so. The rogue story. I think I remember doing at least the class quest line, but not like the mount. Like I haven't done. I don't think I've done any of the mounts. I think maybe the priest, but that's it. I remember what I was doing a lot of though. Warden Towers. Warden Towers were like one of the best things that came out of Legion. If you farm the shit out of Warden Towers, oh, you won so good. You get so many marks so fast, dude. Greymane's forces hold this tower. Break their rings. Show no mercy. Yeah, it was non-stop. One thing to do is I want to create all the classes and try and get all the class hall stuff. Nice. I wonder if they're going to like super accelerate that somehow. I hope they do. Because that's otherwise a big farm. A lot of time. Now, I recommend doing the same. Like, I'd say focus on, take a look at things that might be a pain, that may potentially be a big pain to do. Just knock those out. Don't worry about the other stuff. The other thing too is like, how long is the remix going to be? Is it going to be something like, is it going to be a season 4 kind of thing? I hope you're like geared, dude, because I'm not. I didn't even buff myself. Shit. I'm so dead. What's my gear level? 601. Oh, 601's not terrible. I'll help just a little bit. Really, that dude, he bubbled at 0%? Sheesh. Good gamer. Outlaw. Wow, how is that name spelt? Outlaw Vile. Getting back to recently, has there been any rumors on guild housing now that player housing is being developed? Is it not guild housing already? Yeah. I mean, it kind of is guild housing, right? Now, one thing that we haven't seen is how big can these houses be? How big can we make it? And what are the interplayer things that can be done with those houses? So if you can make the house really, really big, there's your guild house. And then be on your whole guild fucking neighborhood. Boom, there you go. And now you have now instead of a guild hall, you have a guild campus or a guild territory, whatever you want to call it. So I'm it takes a little mental gymnastics, right? But I think we're kind of there. Yeah, you can have a guild neighborhood if you want. Because of the nature of neighborhood. Now, that said, the neighborhood can only get so big, right? You can only have so many people. So it's like, so I wouldn't want to obligate folks on my team to be like, oh, you have to make a house and it has to be something that's for the guild and blah blah blah. People do what they want. I'm probably gonna make my house. I'm gonna make 2 houses. One is gonna feel like a personal house. The other one's going to be like a guild. I want to try to make it a guild hall kind of vibe to it. And if I can pull it off, sweet. Meanwhile, other folks that if they want to do their own thing, cool. Otherwise, like the neighborhood is like it's us. It's like their soul at the top of the hill, like he lives like a fucking king or blah blah blah. And I'll look down and I'm like, I am the king, bitch. I eject you from my kingdom. I also don't think you'll be able to kick people out of neighborhoods. I don't see why not. If they advertise themselves as, hey, you can make a private neighborhood, of course you can kick people out. Otherwise, it's not a private neighborhood. Anyone can squat, and I don't think that would sit so well. Brawl didn't change? Nope. Brawl did not change. How incredible would proximity boys be in the neighborhood so you could say hi as people walk by, that kind of thing? I don't think I would use it, honestly, Sue. I don't think I'd use it. Because one, you gotta have voice chat on, and that's already gonna be kind of a thing. It sounds good on paper, but I can predict to myself, like in practice, I don't think it's gonna be a feature that I would personally use. Because I know myself. I know for the most part, I'm mostly antisocial. So it's like, if I'm doing stuff in the house, like the reason why I would be at the house is because I'm doing something at the house and I'm not just like kicking back and relaxing and blah, blah, blah. It's because I'm like, hey, I want to work on something. And if I'm like working on stuff, I'm in edit mode and doing things or whatever, and then I hear someone say like, hey, it's all and I'm like, oh God, dude, I'm busy. I got things to do, man. So I don't know how I'd feel about that. But that's me on a personal level. Other folks, if they do want to get into it and make a whole roleplay thing out of it, that sounds awesome. But it's not for me. Big fan of player housing, but not. I'm not so enthused on it being like social. Like I just want it to be like my own little world, my own little slice that I make for myself. But hey, who knows? We don't know much of anything about like social activities, neighborhood activities. They might be dope, and I might be sold on it. I just have reservations at the moment. Where you at? Where you at? Wait. I already did it. I didn't switch yet, buddy. And then where is my thing? Where's my box? Yeah. Mark of Honor, something. Oh, I guess I opened it already. Yeah, I opened it already. Yeah, I totally threw myself off, man. Come on, get it together. I think I just got one more character left, too. Oh, thank you, Sue. No, I appreciate the kindness. That could be a lot of fun for people in the guild neighborhood or a neighborhood with friends. Definitely wouldn't be for everyone. Yeah, like folks are some detractors, I guess, and people who are into housing too. Like some people be like, oh, people are just gonna stay in their houses and not leave, and cities are gonna be empty and blah blah blah. But at the same time, there's the kind of at some point we're gonna run out of things to do for the house, and by running out, I just mean people will feel done. And then they'll be like, okay, cool. I'll come back when there's something else I want to do. Or, hey, I just want to come back and vibe for a little bit. But as long as the city anemones don't exist inside the neighborhood, I think things will be fine. Now, one thing that I would anticipate maybe is the possibility of the neighborhood chat, of neighborhoods being linked to the city. I think that can be possible, but I'm hesitant on that as well. I should do with it. Get myself situated. Last month. All right. Do you think they'll let us have portals to specific hubs in our house, like a portal to Dornagal or Oribos? I could see them giving us a portal to our portal room. That's about it. I feel like they learned from lessons with garrisons. They won't box us into the homes. I mean, one of the reasons we were boxing the homes was it's a twofold thing. One, the garrison was powerful. It was very much tied to our professions and gathering, even raiding and progression to a certain extent because of all the features that it offered. And two, they ain't shit to do outside of the garrison. There's like a handful of dailies and a dungeon thing to do, and that was it. Mythic Plus wasn't a thing back then. You just had like the challenge modes, and then later on regular Mythic dungeons. But largely, just being out and about in the land of warlords was desolate. You know, once you completed all the quest lines, why were you there? You know, this is before World Class. This is before a lot of WoW stuff happened. Remember, Warlords was 10 years ago now. It's a long time ago. You know, we've had all sorts of features and systems and other new stuff come in. But back then, yeah, we just didn't have much to do, and so we just kind of kept cooped up in our cities or in our little garrisons because we can do everything there, including talk shit and trade. I like the idea of guildies have access to my flat when I'm not there. Then they can make use of things if I need them. Now, that's the other question. It's like, what kind of, what utilities will exist? Will there be reasons for guildmates to visit our house outside of, ooh, I just want to see what their place looks like? Is that going to be a thing? I don't know. Never like the argument because its first extent is to start complaining about dungeons and raids being instances off, which is a silly argument. Literally can't get stuck in the house, dungeon entrances, and so on and so forth. No, but I think it's like when people have their idle time, there's a good argument, both back and forth argument to make about the idea of cities feeling empty if no one's there, if everyone's kind of chilling in their house. Some would say, well, everyone who is in the city, they're just there waiting to queue up for stuff anyway. So it's not a big deal. They're just kind of standing around. And that doesn't feel very lively if you just see people like stationary and doing their own thing. And so that's why, even though there was backlash when Blizzard was like, oh yeah, like if you want to do your crafting, you got to be at the city. It helps to breathe a little bit of life because you have the hustle and bustle of, ooh, I want to, I'm doing like some of the crafting stuff and bargain and trade and doing that sort of thing. It's why the Great Vault just doesn't exist in a menu screen. It's so that people have that city feel of, oh, let's all go to the Great Vault, gather around and see what kind of cool shit that we got. It would be more efficient if we could just grab stuff from our mailbox or if we could access the Great Vault from our menu and pick our items and stuff. But, at some point, part of the World of Warcraft has got to be interacted with out here in the world and not just via menu. So I think there's like constant conversations that Blizzard has internally about how to handle those things and like, okay, what is okay to just, never mind all this brouhaha, let's just make it easier for players. Because, that's how we eventually got to queue up via menu as opposed to going to a battle master in the city or going to the location where the battleground takes place and stuff like that. It's why raid find it's why LFG, raid finder, and all that stuff. It's why they flow the way that they do. And what's the good button to press? Yeah, that one. And then I guess I'll do that one. And then that one too. And I'll hit that again, I think. And then just keep zapping. I like that. I like the feeling of Scale Commander, like you just have like little Dracthyr minions, just like boo, They just kind of airstrike. That's kind of cute. Warlord was 10 years ago? Yeah, sorry. I wouldn't mind workbenches and a cooking hearth. I would like to be able to do my crafting at the house, but as well as personal crafting, but not trade chat. You know what I mean? I think that's all they need to do in order to, solve that side of the problem, or solve that side of the debate. You can't say houses will kill world pop when the world demands you to go into it for stuff. And I think, like, my overarching thing is, as long as people are playing the game, who cares where they are? They could be they could be right next to in the city, and you won't see them because they're phased. You know, they might be out and about doing some leveling. They might be doing some gathering. They might be in an instance thing doing this or that or whatever. I think it's more important that players just feel good and that they feel like they have something to do. And player housing will be like one of these times where we really do have something to do. And it's not even necessarily playing, going out there and hitting bad guys. We will be on our own, but instead of, say, looking at transmog things to set up for ourselves, we're spending a lot of time building our houses. But whatever the case, we're on and we're playing. A profession should add more requirements for reagents in all worlds. I don't want chats in my house, period. So I totally predict no city chat, but we'll have neighborhood chat. The whole proximity thing, that sounds cute, but I don't think that sounds like a very practical thing. I would not want to be like, oh, let me go talk to that person, and then I gotta go find them. Nah, I'm good with that. I'll just say what's up in neighborhood chat, and then they can whisper me and whatever. Is there a specific region, culture you can see your house having a lot of decor from? I don't know. I've actually, because we don't know what to work with yet, we've only seen samples of it. I couldn't really tell you. So I don't have a plan in place, except for guild house and then like a personal and trophy house. But questions that remain unanswered is just how big of a house can I make? How big of a house? So, like, there's some imagery that came out from a while back. Let me show you guys, if I can find it. Not that one. Not that one. Here we go. This is this picture. So it's hard to see here, but you can sort of see right there how it says room limit 2 out of 10. And then here it says square large. So the question is, like, okay, what other kinds of shapes can we see? Is large as it gets? And is there going to be like is there going to be kind of a budget where even if you can have maybe 10 rooms, and that might be a placeholder too, even if you can have 10 rooms, can you have 10 large square things? Or does it need to be like you have like a limit of like 2 of these and then a couple of hallways and then a couple of small things or whatever? So those are one of the things that I'd like to know. But like, this is still pretty big. Like, it's, the spaces that are made here, these are all drawn in. These are all things that people, that whoever made this just kind of put together. But otherwise, you can have one like giant, just one giant hallway. So one thing that I'd like to know is, can I initiate PvP inside this house. Because if I can, you know, and by initiating PvP, I mean like just making so I can duel inside here. Because if I can, cool, I can make a fight club. I can have like this multi-tiered, multi-story fight club, and like have like these different, you know, mini arenas where people are just beating the shit out of each other or whatever. And that might be cool. That might be cool. If you're against trade chat, just leave it. Why disable it for all? So what I think what we're trying to do is create this distinction of you're in your house versus you're in the city. That's it. So local garrison was basically trade chat for all the expansion. No, they just added trade chat. They did have trade chat in the garrison. I suppose how well laid out the Brawlers Guild online side was with the barn and tables and a good view of chaos. Definitely going to have a house for transmog competitions. Yeah, this part fascinates me. I mean, like I'm still shocked about just how much freedom they're allowing to happen with housing. Because you take all this stuff out, you have a square. All these things that are here, they're all drawn in. You can see like right here, especially how this is like empty space. This is just dead space, but the artist wanted to just draw in this idea of like a curved wall, as if this house was a little bit more rounded, little bit. But obviously from overhead, you can see the reality of like what ended up being drawn in. You can even see here too, towards the bottom, like these walls didn't necessarily need to be here. This wall could have extended all the way out to the edge if they wanted to. And then have these walls here like kind of pushed back a little bit more to make more space for something if they wanted to do that. I don't know. So this doesn't have to be a house, really. Imagine going in, imagine walking in and you don't see a house. Because something that I've been wanting and hoping for is, can we create like dummies, kind of like the trading post, you know, those dummies. And if you can do those dummies, can we pose them? You know, can we activate animations for them? Because then you can create this kind of collage. You walk into a room, you walk into like one of these large rooms, and then you're seeing like a big battlefield, and you're seeing people like mid swing, or they're like dead, or they're flying all over the place, and they're all dressed up and everything. That could be cool. You know, kind of like, you know, recreate that one scene from Battle for Azeroth where you have the orc like just jumping towards that human, and you know that human's gonna just get his ass beat, right? That human doesn't stand a chance. But yeah, you know, you can recreate something like that. That'd be kind of sick. That'd be very, very cool. So we can be very abstract with the things that we could possibly do here. Maybe something trade gating. All right, so I finished. We're done. And now I can get myself, I hope, another ensemble. What? Of course my inventory is full. Of course. Oh, that means did I even get the No, I did not. Okay, so let me get rid of some stuff. Kind of reminds me of the rumor requirement if you played Hogwarts Legacy. That would be neat. Excuse me. Right. Okay, Mark of Honor is just on My main. Cool. You have a prediction if they'll have profession tables inside the house, and you think they'll help keep that to the expansion cities? I would like them to have it at the house, whether it's the inside or the outside. But if they restrict public orders and trade chat, then people who want to craft might be like, all right, cool. People can pull up, can have that vibe of, all right, cool. I'll log in from my house. Let me start the day. Cool. Let me go off to work, and then off to go to the city so they can do some work. Or if they're doing personal orders, then personal orders can go straight. They can just handle that. And guild orders too. I think those can and should be handled at like the house. That'd be cool. But again, I also wonder, like, what if you're outside in the neighborhood? What if they linked trade chat to that? Would that be okay? Personally, I'm not sure, but they might do some other shit too. For all we know, there might be like so. Here's a total made up example. Okay, community, they create for themselves somehow, some way, like this kind of area where crafting and stuff happens. So instead of like a personal blacksmith thing, like, or not even instead, it can be both. You can have something that's in your house, but you can go to this public area as well, which is probably preferred, because if you go into this public area, there's a bulletin board or something like that, and on this bulletin board are people who are asking for work to be done on stuff. So so I'm talking about making work orders that crafters can pick up. Maybe that could be a thing by the time midnight launches. I don't know. That might suck, but it might be like awesome. But just speaking of possibilities here. So I have 117 marks, so I can get one ensemble. Let's go to the land of the free. Oribos. How'd you grind the honor level? I want the artifact appearances, but honor level seems to go so slow. Only level 25 right now. I played Legion. If you want the truth, I played Legion. Legion got me a whole shitload of honor levels. I guess it was between that and my PvP experience in the past that I guess contributed to it. But yeah, that's it. It was mostly Legion. Okay, so what things do I not have? Just to double check. So shields, I don't have a Sinful Gladiator. So I think that's the last Shadowlands one that I need. Sinful Gladiator. So I think it's Sinful Gladiator Revendreth weapons too. Okay. Right. Sinful Gladiator's readout. I mean, that definitely looks like a Revendreth shield. And if it's not, then I'll get really mad. Sinful Gladiators. It's just like one shield, too. Readout. Okay, yep, that's the one. Boom. So that takes care of another shield. Yay. I want to be able to set up a battle pit outside my house for people to walk by. I'll make it like a challenge. Oh, make your own pet battle thing. That'd be kind of cool. Like a central square with all the crafting. Something like that. I don't know. Stupid make it complicated when there's just an option to leave trade. They just expanded to remember that it's a feature to all characters. Again, it's not. So, again, the distinction is not about, oh, I don't want to see trade. It's more like we want to have a distinction between being at your house and being in the city. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to say there. Has nothing to do It really doesn't have anything to do with, oh, I don't want to see trade. Because, yeah, you can just leave trade chat. 2,000. Modest tip. But I'll take it. Anything else? Public stuff? Ooh, look at that. Free simple shit. Sure, why not? I'll take the hundreds. Why not? Now I wonder, like, how easy will it be to find someone's house? Can you just like what would be the mechanism to be like, I want to visit that person's house? Is it as easy as like type in their name, and then zip off you go into their neighborhood, something like that? Maybe it could be that easy, or maybe you just need to know the name of their the ID of their neighborhood. I don't know. Maybe that would work too. Yes, but your fantasy makes it inconvenient for the rest of us. I mean, then don't be at your house, right? Easy. You know, it's like, why can't we just access trade chat everywhere? The answer to that is the reason why trade chat might not be in your house. What if I don't want certain people to come near my house? I'm pretty sure, I think the way that they said it, there's going to be like privacy settings for that. Like, you either, well, I don't know if you can block certain people. I don't think they've talked about that yet. I don't want to take 3 to 5 instance portals just to access trade and go back and forth. But then I thought you said you don't care about the house. Or was that someone else? What the fuck? That's me saying just leave trade? Okay, what does that have to do? Okay, well, never mind. I'll let you just rant. You kind of lost me with what you're talking about. My house, my space, may be the option to turn that stuff on. Oh, you mean like privacy stuff? Like letting people in or whatever? Or maybe you can like have like a weird little Easter egg. Like the chat stuff, right? I mean, ultimately, choice is king, right? If they just gave us the choice of, you know, whether you wanted to enter trade, or, you know, participate in trade chat, things like that, you know, that's one thing that people would more than likely, oh, I'm gonna leave it on. You saying don't be at your house is the equivalent of you saying leave trade. No, I don't. It doesn't feel like. I'm not quite making that connection. Your mind is blown. All right. So I got my appearance. What's left? So there's one less shield to get. So I think the next thing to get would be that. The Lava Forge Bulwark. And then there's those shields. I'll do that later though. And then so I guess in terms of like difficulty, like there's these shields which shouldn't be so bad. It's just a matter of time and me actually doing dungeons. This one, which is, I guess, is the easiest one. Lava Forge Bulwark. And any news, by the way? No news. Lava Forge. I have a feeling I'm going to be getting on a Dark Iron dude. Neighborhood chat has to be a thing, right? I have no doubt. Neighborhood chat will be a thing. Dark Iron Dwarf special quest line. A special quest line. Wait. It requires obtaining the achievement Heritage of the Dark Iron. Oh, fuck. Did I do it? No, I didn't. Oh, no, my Dark Iron is useless. Shit. No. Oh, I'm ruined. I'm ruined. I have to make a Dark Iron Dwarf. I have to level it. Suddenly my neck hurts a lot more. Is that the intro of the Heritage Quest? No, it's the achievement is earn level 50 on a newly created Dark Iron Dwarf character. Damn. Okay, so that one has suddenly become like S-class difficult. No, I might wait for turbulent time walking to do it. That's the easiest way. That's the easiest way to level, man. Time walking is like such a cinch. Like this is cool. The winds of whatever. Like it's a cool event. But I think I prefer time walking. All right, back to okay. So these 3 shields are rare, but then there's this one too, Drake scale thing. Oh, I think that one I need to like. There's like I guess the possibility of it being available from a quest. I think. You can raise change now still counts, does it? This questline is not accessible to characters who raise change to Dark Iron Dwarf. Well, that's according to this Wowhead article. They changed it something ago. Okay, I'm seeing conflicting things now. Alright, meantime, let me go to the camp and see if this quest might make me lucky. Alright, might have what I want. Besides that, this week on Summer Isle was Pirate Week. Not that much closer to be finished with You Shall Not Pass. Nice. Okay, yeah, so sometimes weapons do pop out. Or, you know, appearances do pop out. So Worm Forge Girdle. And I'm just looking for a shield. Give me a shield. Nope. And nope. Oh, that's a crime. So if I do these, I guess I only get this appearance. But let's see, actually. Maybe it's like one of those other quests where, like, okay, you see this, but then you get a whole bunch of other stuff instead, too. But I doubt it. So So it shows all these, but I don't think you'll actually get all of them, will you? But I guess we'll just try it. Okay, maybe not this one. What's the other one? Tradition not forgotten. Forgotten. Okay, so from this one, Bull Halberd, Brand, Arrowhead, Blood. No shield? Come on, dude. What kind of injustice is this? Oh, it's not here, right? So, Battle Standard, Staff, Trinket, Arrowhead, Blood thing. Nope, none of those. Okay, actually, let's look up that shield again. So maybe it comes from a specific quest. So it's just maybe. So the one thing I'm not sure of, it's like, okay, you know, I think I can maybe test this. So I guess I'll do the quest and just see if I happen to unlock a whole bunch of shit. Right? That shouldn't be so bad. Kill bad guys. So I do. So if I do get a bunch of appearances after completing this quest, then cool. But I also don't know if I've unlocked a whole bunch of these already either. So maybe I should like take a closer look at this. So this one's called. When does Turbulent Time can start? With the next patch, so next month, sometime next month. So I gotta check all of these. All right. So what am I unlikely to have unlocked? So Cobalt Watchers, investments. What is this? This is cloth. Yeah, that's what sucks. I might have everything already, but I don't have the shield, which would be very lame. Love it. Autocon. Am I spelling this wrong? Okay, so that's stuff I have. Yeah, I think I have all these. Fuck. You know, I'll just try it anyway. Actually, no, I do have no. Otherwise, no, I do have everything though. So that's not even gonna tell me anything anyway. Shit. Well. There goes that plan. Next. Next plan. Uh, So I guess this one's next. The Aegis. Oh, okay. These two shields I can try to go for. So I can go to I'll get on my Shaman and Warrior and keep trying to get the rare shield from those two rares. I'm so close. I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there. What's really gonna kill me is the whole RBG thing. Literal, hey, what's up? Hope you're doing well. You're super passionate about player housing. What has you most hyped? Just being in the space, honestly. Like, someday, soon, and it's not even like a question of if, it's just when. Someday soon, we're going to be introduced into these lots, and we're gonna walk into like this empty room, and then the game is gonna tell you, okay, go for it. That's it. Just go for it. And there's no, apart from how to do it, there's no manual. There's no guide necessarily. There's no best in slot. There's no simming. There's no tier list or whatever. It's just do it. Do your thing. There is no right or wrong answer. And that's gonna be one of the coolest things to challenge ourselves with. Like, here's your canvas, and here's your path to like finding all the pieces to fill this out. But otherwise, when it really comes down to doing it, like, just good luck, dude. That part has me hyped because we don't know what's going to happen. At the end of this, I might make a really shitty looking house, and I might just be bad at it, and then I'll feel bad all the time. But also being able to get an opportunity to see what gamers are capable of, we're going to see a different kind of talent come from folks in this space that we just haven't seen. We've seen people make some really fantastic screenshots with their transmog and do cool poses and what have you. But now we're going to see how people decorate things. And I think that's going to be fucking dope. And I think I have a Dalaran thing. No. Okay. Not there. I'm going here. When you finish shields, do you think you'll start a new type of transmog? I might go for like a weapon type. Or just one-handed weapons and stuff. Yeah. Or helmets. But that's hard to track. I think going for like a certain kind of weapon might be a good idea. So at least here I can differentiate what kind of weapon I want to go for. Unfortunately, I can't. If I could, I'd love to be able to filter out like certain slots for plate. Because then I would be like, okay, I'm going to go for just helmets. That sounds fun. So I'll zip around the damn planet again, going for helmets. So you have the Lamplighter's Bulwark. I can't seem to find a lot of info on it. The Lamplighter's Bulwark. It's two-handed axes, genius. Paladin, shield. Shield. Where did I get this? Can't really do it for all the things. Okay, I'll try to look into that. I have Auctionator. Let me see what I looked for on that. Maybe it'll jog my memory. And then there's another thing called Lamplighter's Elite Shield. Where did I get this? Damn, I wish I could help you with that one. I am not sure where I got it. How odd. I couldn't even begin to guess where I got it from, aside from War Within stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure if this is like an earthen shield that you get from their storyline. No, I don't think it's that. Yeah, but I'm not sure. Oh, that's expensive. Oh, it's a BOE too. Oh. It might just be a world drop then. If it's BOE. Because what else would it be? Let me see. Like, so Lamplighter's Bulwark. Oh, it's a leveling thing, I think. Yeah. This is a low level BOE shield thing. Yeah. It's going for a lot. But here, let me go here. Ooh, world quest. Nice. So let's double check one more time. Oh, that's the wrong window, buddy. Chopper, hatchet, polearm, bulwark. Yeah, so my recommendation is, wow, that thing's rare. Holy shit. I would recommend using something like the Undermine Exchange. It's a website that shows you like where all sorts of stuff is. And then look around there. Because I have a feeling that you'll be able to get it cheaper. Like here, I'm seeing the region market average is $1.24. Here on Bleeding Hollow, it's like ridiculous, but I think you can find it cheaper. Yeah. Otherwise, level up a character who uses shields. Actually, well, maybe it's just a rare drop, or maybe it's just maybe it doesn't matter what your class is, but yeah, you'll just be leveling and hoping that it comes in as a world drop. Well, surprisingly rare. I wish I had like a bajillion of them. Be pretty decent money, I think. I know, where was I? Here, there, it really feels like it slows down some of the gameplay in a fun way. Yeah, it's a different kind of gameplay, breaking the action. Unabashed creativity will be min-maxed, or the community will die trying. Gauntlets. Oh, boy, my favorite. Actually, let me go up here too. Because there's like two rares. If it's a world quest one, then great. That thing respawns really fast, so I don't have to worry about it. Then the other ones you camp. It says bop on my head. I don't think you can buy it, but weird. I mean, they're clearly like, yeah, they're clearly on the auction house. It's just that it's a random thing, so you have like the different affixes that pop up on them. Yeah, the different stats and all that. So I'm sure I just got one without really thinking about it. Kind of wish I did. So around this time tomorrow, I'll be almost in Boston. Damn. First time. Should be fun. You finally got one right. You know what I was doing wrong, Wiki? I was looking at I was mixing up the EU and the US ones. So now I just tell people both. Haha, brilliant. So no more ambiguity. Also, the website that I use normally to see them, they're doing it right as well. So I'm like, oh, okay. All right, so that's that guy, and now or at least next week. Next week's reminder video. That will. I'm just gonna say both regions what the affixes are. So there is one that's BOP and one that's EOE. Ah, I mean, that might be a quest reward of some sort that you might get. So maybe there's a quest that awards it, but it doesn't seem like you get it. I'm sorry, it doesn't seem like Wowhead knows about it. What add-on am I using for filtering? When it comes to filtering, I think I'm just using the base UI, I think. Actually, do I have the down-run thing? Yeah. I should have just used it earlier. And it's not working. Okay, never mind. Then I fly. It's an item pool from bringing the light satchels. Loads of BOE items spawn from them as BOP. There are a lot of those little things we get these days. Yeah. I mean, the ones in the current event, those are particular models. I don't think it's the same thing. Because like the shield that I was looking for, like I said, that's all based on the Chromie scenario thing. Okay, so I'm going to Auto Goose. Oh, what's for lunch today? I think I'm having the usual kebab and salad, but then what's for dinner? I don't know if I'm going to be done packing and getting all my stuff taken care of before dinner. So I might be on my own for that. Which means I can get whatever I want. Like ice cream or pizza or that's about it. Surely my imagination can do better than this. What about an ice cream pizza? Ah, using your imagination, I see. It's not bad. Rice and eggs. What a staple. Getting hungrier. Oh man, over the weekend we finally went to our usual yakiniku place, our usual Japanese barbecue spot. I was kind of craving it. Because for me, my favorite bits are sorry if you don't like it, or sorry if you don't agree. Gizzards and hearts. They're so good. Oh my god, I got one! Ah! I finally got one. Holy shit. Oh boy. Thank fuck. Alright. So now I only need to camp one more up here. And then I'm off this loser planet. Alright? Yeah, I'm just gonna walk it. This is my victory lap, baby. You found it for 8K? Nice. Yeah, see if you can sell it. Am I going on vacation? Kind of. I'm gonna be going to Boston for the Blizzard thingy. But we're also using it as like kind of a little getaway. Be a little bit touristy and all that. So we get to see Boston. You love gizzards? Hearts are my favorite. Hearts are my favorite. Grilled to perfection. Oh, so good. I really should just learn how to cook them because they're not very expensive. But if I can learn how to grill them right in the way that I want to, then I'll just be like, pop, 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 pop. And then I'll probably get sick. You're having too much iron or whatever. And then I won't be able to eat it anymore. But till then, so good. Trip through Quincy Market, lunch at Legal Seafood. Wow, that sounds legit. What is Legal Seafood? Yeah, so now I'm just going to have my characters camp this one spot in hopes that it's just up. And then I'll smoke them. And I'll once again hope for the best. Tried chicken liver, but I couldn't get past the taste. Yeah, well, chicken. Yeah, liver's not my thing. Period. It doesn't matter who it comes from. Blizzard thingy. There's like a there's the Warcraft anniversary event. They've been doing like kind of like these mixers and get-togethers and stuff like that for fans. Free tickets. As far as I know, let's see. What were the numbers? I think it's like at most 700 people that will be at the Boston one. Let me double check. There's like something that was telling me how many people go. Oh, I know what it is. Well, whatever. I don't know where the info was. But yeah, it's a couple hundred people that under 1,000 people. Alright, so these guys are here. This is now their tomb. Unless I'm gonna have this guy, unless I have this guy look for that one appearance in AQ? Yeah, AQ. Alright, 20 minutes. I'm sure I can go into some raid and smash it in 20 minutes. Yeah, because there's still some set appearances I'm missing. Oh, you know what else is hella good? Beef tongue. Oh, man. If you guys had like a good grilled beef tongue, hella good. Literally doesn't have a weird taste. I don't consider it weird, I just don't like it. The texture doesn't help either. The texture more than the taste. But it just makes me not like it, period. Some of them, yeah, depending on if you grill the shit out of it and you cancel the texture out, kind of, it's all good. Oh, hell no to beef tongue? I'd say try beef tongue first. Then, you know, then tell me how much you hate it. Alright, so what set am I going for? I'm gonna go for, I think it was a Knighthood set that I can work towards. That shouldn't take very long. If I can find it. Dragonflight Knighthold. Oh, that's right. This is the one that doesn't even show me what's missing. Yeah, never mind. Okay, so I can't do Knighthold. Dragon Soul will take way too long. Not really interested in that. Though I did Nax. TBC. Oh, Time Walking. Nope, not doing that one. Did Malt Core. Did AQ. I'm out of stuff. Because I think I finished Shadowlands. Yeah, I went straight to Dragonflight there. Nerubar. Dragonflight. Yeah, just Nighthold. Shadowlands. Nope, that's not it. And then I can't get the Elite set. That's gone. Yeah, so it's just this that I'm missing. So what am I really missing here? I guess it's like a different thing here? Is that even like a... Does that even count? I guess so. I'm just not quite sure how. Oh damn, dude, the Bakar is just working it. Oh, never mind. I thought my pet was like doing it. Okay, I guess I'll go to Mythic Knight. No, even this doesn't show me what I'm missing. What gives, man? Or maybe it's a certain cloak. Yeah, notice how that cloak is gray, is blue, and not like the right one. So I have the appearance, maybe. But I guess I need like the proper thing. That's lame. Yeah, so let me see. That's Gaudy Skull. Okay, that does not look the same at all. Okay, so what? Okay, so who drops this thing? Nighthold. Legion. Nighthold. So here you go. Great Mantle of the Thing. But it's... Okay, now this says I collected it. Okay, that's heroic though. Mythic. Okay, cool. I'm going for Trilax. Mythic. Let's go. Sheesh. Rich, hey, what's up? I've been eating prawn and shrimp with the tail on, and they just look at me crazy. Oh, do you swallow the tail too? I can't do that. Unless they grill them. Fuck out of it. Then it's just crunchy, then I'm good. Otherwise, if it's just like super breaded or something and I won't know, then I'm like, okay, never mind. Never mind. But sometimes I'll go through the trouble of like making sure that I don't like, you know, lose any of the meat, and I'll pull the meat out of that tail and stuff. Yeah. But as for eating the tail outright, I'm good. I want to enjoy a certain texture of the shrimp, and a hard-ass shell is not part of it. All right. Trillax. Mythic. Lingua tacos? Yep. My wife is actually kind of allergic to shrimp. Like if it's something in the shrimp, because some shrimp are fine. Other times, like if she eats it, she'll get hives. Very sad. She's actually not super fond of a lot of shellfish. She like oysters. She likes very small, you know, quarter-size oysters. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Me and her dad, we want like big fat ones that are like. I'm like, give me one that's as big as a burger patty, and she'll be like, oh my god, that's the grossest. I'm like, dude, that's so much meat though. Oh. Yeah, good grilled oyster. Oh, the shit. Going to Port A. And let's eat some seafood. Nice. If you're not stuck on the shell like a fiend, do you even like shellfish? And she's cool with crab too. Like it's kind of a, you know, it's a very, yeah, it's a very methodical thing that we'll do. I'm the type, like I'm a big dork. Like when we have crab, and I'm talking about like full, you know, the whole ass crab. You know, we'll start cracking the whole thing open. We'll start separating parts, and I'll take like 15, you know, 10, 15 minutes to just make sure I'm grabbing everything. I get everything out first, like Dee and my in-laws, they'll eat as they go. No, I'm scooping everything out. I'm piling it all on into like this big big pile of crab, and then I'll get a giant piece of bread and make a sandwich out of it. Oh, so good. And everything's in there. You know, like all the brainy looking stuff and all them juices, all that stuff's in there. It ain't like no crab or lobster roll where you only have like a couple things. You know, you only have like the big chunks in there. No, everything's in there. 21st century people have so many allergies. We're devolving. No, we're just living longer. That's all. The people from before, they just died. That's all that happened. They just died. At least that's how I look at it. Mythic, right? Mythic. Good. I mean, I blame my mom for not for me getting my milk allergy, my dairy allergy. Something to do with me not being breastfed. I think I went straight to like milk. Just milk. Not formula, just milk. But I don't know. I try not to dwell on it too much. I'll just pop a bunch of Lactaid and enjoy my ice cream. Or have my Lactaid ice cream and deal with it. It's funny though. Well, sorry if you guys heard this story before. Like, I didn't even know that I was lactose intolerant until less than 10 years ago. Less than 10 years ago. So before I was born. So yeah, it's been a long time where I remember. I definitely remember when I would have like a work routine. This is back when I worked at Best Buy, and I would be at the store early because I was fixing computers and shit. Um, I would wake up. I'd have a big bowl of cereal, frosted mini wheats. I'd have a big bowl of cereal with milk, of course, and then I would go to. Then I'd go to work. I'd drop by, get some coffee with milk in it. I'd down the milk, or I'd down the coffee hella fast. Anything? Let's see. Nope. Get fucked. Yeah, so I would have that, and then maybe like half an hour later, I'd have a huge stomach ache. I'm like, oh man. And at first I thought, oh, I should not have coffee right after I have milk. That's what I thought. Lactose intolerance, didn't think of it at all. Never occurred to me. But then after I started living with my wife, and she was watching like how I would get sick after I have ice cream, she'd be like, dude, you're seeing a pattern here, right? I'm like, huh? What pattern? And then eventually I figured, I was like, no, but I love ice cream, you know. So it was very tragic. It was a very tragic. You become lactose intolerant over the years. I used to drink whole glasses of milk. Now my insides will explode from one sip. Yeah, well, one sip, that won't do me in, but it doesn't take long. Doesn't take long. The reason why we're tolerant of lactose is because of the bottleneck catastrophe in human evolution. Over what? Like 1,000 years? That's nothing compared to actual human evolution. Like, we're just living, people are just living longer, and you know, not just milk, but like other things. You know, humans these days have easy access to milk, and so now we're just finding out things. People who used to have like peanut allergies and whatnot, you would hardly hear about them because they would just die. Oh, what happened? Oh, it must be God. Must be God's will. You know, people just made shit up, or they had theories and they weren't fully studied. That's all. There's a big extinction event. Please don't tell me you're going to talk about Noah's Ark. Oh, wait, was there? There was an. I don't think there was another thing I was looking for here, right? It was just this one. I think I have. You know what? Might unlock some other stuff. I'm here. I got 8 minutes. Oh, maybe we're never meant to eat or drink another species' baby growing juice. Nah, the world is funny like that. Where, I guess just like all the different, different weird ass plants and animals that come up, not all of them are, but some of them just happen to be compatible from a nutrition standpoint. But maybe we weren't meant to have like this much milk. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, all bodies are just built different. But no, I'm not knowledgeable about some human extinction event. I was raised in a time where the Department of Education did different shit, so I look sometimes. But this is years ago now. Like I would look at my niece or nephew. They'd be like, "Hey, can you help me with homework, or can you look at my stuff?" I'm like, "Okay, sure." And I would look at like the learning processes and how you're supposed to add shit together. I'm like, "What is this gibberish? What the fuck is this?" But that's math. That's different. I was about to compliment your musical taste and realize I have YouTube music playing. No, 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 no. It's all good, McGregor. Just keep giving me credit. I'll take it. Oh, I needed to get what's his name first, huh? I needed to get the rock dude in the back. I grew up in a time when education was all about the DARE program. For me, most of my education was from like Ninja Turtles and shit. That's how I learned stuff. After school specials and stuff. So I guess the DARE program, I think that had something to do with it too. Oh, dude, look at all this trash that might drop bronze someday. Ooh, look at all this bronze. I mean, I guess if we really wanted to do like a full clear like this, yeah, lots of potential bronze, baby. Woo woo. Every child was left behind. Damn. Now, the way things are now these days feels scary as shit. You have teachers doing their thing, doing their best, and then in between everything, kids will pop open their TikToks and then look at whatever garbage people are saying and believe in it because that's what they're exposing themselves to these days. It's crazy. At least can mount up in proximity, aggro everything to a boss in the corner, and then AoE. I remember back in the day, there was I think it was Sunken Temple. I would hit a mob, and then I'd drop down that hole, and then run to a corner, and I'd just wait. I'd wait a while too. It would take a bit, but then just shitload of mobs would come over. It was when I felt like I evolved from the Scarlet Monastery farms of yesteryear. I'm like, yeah, let's go, let's do this, and just tank everything. That felt nice. They can form their opinions, but then they're just going to get upvoted and downvoted, and people are going to reply with their base takes. Was that at the entrance? Ah. You got a ghoul and you jump down. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I just got a mob. And then it somehow got a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if it got a boss too or not. 2 minutes. Let me at least get one more. The rock dude. I thought I could mount up here. Oh, wrong thing. Nope, can't mount. Oh, sadness. They theorized an event happened around 80,000 years ago, and some supervolcanic eruption bottlenecked us. Yellowstone is coming. Remember when it was, well, I mean, I'm sure people are still doing it now. Remember when it was really big when you'd see billboards being like, fucking the revelation's coming, the rapture, and they'd be on like billboards on the highways and stuff. Watch out, October 16th, based on this document that I saw, and blah blah blah. And there are people who believe in that kind of stuff. Show me other stuff. Show me, one day that cataclysm will come. The old gods will rise and bring forth a new everlasting peace of death. Meanwhile, I'm like, I don't think having trade chat in our neighborhoods is a good idea. And I'm just getting blasted. Same difference. Same crazy theories. I'm just so being this crazy self again, man. Whatever happens, I'm going to play the shit out of it. You know what I mean? Oh, I got a legendary. I got a pocket keystone to an abandoned world. Watch out. Worth it. All right. Have I seen the one where the video where these guys were like, watch people will believe anything, and they dig a big hole in the beach and put a giant rock there and people thought it was an asteroid? Dude, bro, did you see the space rock? Oh my god. I'm still in combat. I think I'm doomed. Oh well. Anyway, so lunchtime for me, and then I got a pack. So I'm gone until Tuesday. At least Tuesday. I may be able, if I'm up for it, I'll be back for a stream in a week. If not, no, I'll try to do that because then because I don't want to be a bitch, right? So off I go. I wish all of y'all well. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of the week. And thank you for the kindness. Yeah, you'll see me on socials and stuff and Discord. Like I'll still be chatting things up, but yeah, now it's going to be like full unpacking. So you guys have a great one, and I will see you guys for the next thing. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, stay breezy.